Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. We have an interesting topic for you tonight. I've seen a video of a black woman basically sharing her commentary regarding the Steven Twitch boss situation. And I want to react to that. Because what she essentially did is basically said that his death, his situation is not the responsibility of black women. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about this because we need to be adults, number one, right? We need to be adults. So I'm calling for all black women to be adults. All right? We have a man who was murdered. This man did not take his life. This man was murdered. And it seems like on social media, our women just don't want to move forward. What do I mean by move forward? This gender war thing, it needs to end. The hate that we have for one another. Black man versus black woman. Black woman versus black man. Every day. Well, I'm mad because my relationship didn't go well, so I hate all men. Well, I'm mad with women because I can't get the woman I want. My baby mama put me on child support. I can't stand them. So, year after year, we continue to fight amongst ourselves. And in the process, our community is a laughingstock. We're broke. Nobody is earning anything. There's no generational wealth created. And consequently, the men and the women are online, frustrated, angry, and lonely. Everybody's masturbating and watching porn because no one's getting married. Nobody's in a successful relationship because we hate one another, which leads us to this. I seen a video of a woman basically influencing black women into believing that the death of Steven Twitch boss and his legacy is not the responsibility of black women to care about. Now, this is very, very dangerous. And I have to talk about this because if we all have this mentality, right, then basically what this means is if you're a black woman and you have a son and he chooses to date a white woman, and for whatever reason he got married to her and he was very successful, and he ended up in a hotel room with a gunshot wound to the head. As a black woman, do you feel it is appropriate if all black women conclude that his death is not their concern because he was with a white woman. I'm trying to figure this out. Is that where we're going? So because tWitch got with a white woman, was murdered, it's okay for influencers to tell black women that, you know, his legacy is not really our responsibility. Who cares? Is that where we're at in 2025? So, if you're a black woman and you're dating right now, and you're dating a white man, and somehow you turn up dead, are you saying that you'll be cool if black men be like, well, she's with a white man, so it's not our problem. Let's not seek justice. Even though you were murdered, let's not help the family. Let's not lift them up in prayer because she dated a white man. Is that what you would want us to do? Or would you want us to seek justice for you? Now, to all the sisters that are listening right now, I want you to pay very close attention. I'm 47 years young. I'm a grown man. Listen to me when I tell you this. Influencers on social media have a bottom line, and that is to make money. Most of them really don't have a heart for speaking truth or to influence you in the correct manner. On social media, you have 3 different roads. 1, go against the grain. 2, be a part of the flow, or be neutral and speak the truth. I need for you to understand this as a viewer, because if not, you will be influenced to become very negative. Very, very negative, especially towards your people. And again, it's 2025. When are we going to mature as adults? When are we going to put aside what was last year, the year before, the hurt, the trauma, the pain that you endured, and say, okay, it's time for me to mature. It's time for me to be an adult and carry myself like an adult, be responsible, and start making sense of what's going on, and stop allowing people to deceive me, mislead me, lead me astray, and cause me to become just like them. For example, you have a lot of black men on social media. They bash women all day. All their videos is anti-woman, anti-this, anti-that. They can't stand women. And what they do is they recruit a group of men that have no woman. And what these men do is they gravitate towards that energy, and they love these kind of influencers because it helps to entertain them. Then you have a group of women influencers who, for whatever reason, they don't like men, primarily black men. And what they do is all the content is just anti-man, man ain't nothing, he's trash, and it's just ongoing every day. So what it does, it builds a viewership of people that have that same thought pattern. The influencer is able to eat because their bills are going to be paid because of the audience they created that share these traumas. So what most influencers in today's day have done is they are capitalizing off of what is known as the gender war, the hatred of black on blacks. So what they do is they start channels. They say to themselves, you know what? I'm going to make some money. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to recruit a bunch of men that hate women. Not that they hate women. These men are just frustrated that they can't get the woman they want to get. Right? Then you have female influencers that are saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a channel. I'm going to focus on all the negative of men because I know there's a lot of hurt women. I know there's a lot of women with trauma. I know there's a lot of women going through all sorts of drama and dating issues. If I can speak the language they are accustomed to, I can build an audience because they all hate men. Not that they hate men, but they're just frustrated that their relationships never work. Are you all following me? So what we have in today's culture is a phenomenon that is out of control, which brings us to the topic. I seen a video of a female influencer on YouTube, and she's suggesting that Black women shouldn't really focus on the Steven Twitch boss situation. Not because of anything other than he chose to deal with a white woman. So it's not your responsibility to try to fight for or uphold his legacy in any capacity. And I think that's cruel. The reason why I think that's cruel is because we're adults. And we have to move on from our traumas and our hurts and pains. And the hatred that we have for one another is sickening. It's really sick. I read the comments. I'm looking at the comments and I'm seeing our women saying things that is just negative. And I'm like, it's crazy. So because he was with a white woman, that mean you shouldn't care. So what if he was with a Black woman and this happened? Then what? It would be an issue you would care about? You still wouldn't care. You know why? Because you would just blame him. The reason why this happened to him is because X, Y, and Z. He must have did something wrong. He must have cheated. He deserved it. Right? He must have been verbally abusive. He's a narcissist. Something's wrong with him. So no matter what we do, it's a problem. And this is disgusting. When are we going to grow up? Now, we're going to review that video, but we're going to also review something else because I want to make this story really hit home. Not our responsibility, you say, right? Join us? Okay. We got something for you. Coming up right after this.
Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out cleaners, keep me up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it a top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, but I fix the sky, I don't stress. Can't grab me, I know this since when I had this. Yeah, how far we progress. Fluid, I don't see a threat.
You see that face on the bottom of the screen? Do you see that? I want you to see it. Do you see it? You see this situation here? I want that to marinate. I want it to marinate, and I want all black women to pay attention. Because that black woman was murdered by a white man. She was murdered. You know that? That's right. And the family was distraught. They want answers. And she was out on a date with a white man. How would you feel if black men said, that's not our responsibility? Who cares? That would be cruel. That would be callous and cold. Because she's a young lady out there living her life and something went wrong. And for whatever reason, the only thing we seem to be caught up on is skin color. I see people in the live chat. It's just not making any sense. Some of you folks are just not paying attention. It's as if though you're saying, if she was with a black man, this can't happen. How many times have you seen black women die at the hands of black men? How many times? How many times have black men murdered black women? How many times? Happens all the time. So save me the BS of, well, you know, she should have been with a black man. That don't make no sense. Because black men kill black women. Right? There have been times when black women kill black men. So saying that tWitch should have been with a black woman, this would have never happened. I disagree. You see, the truth is, murder knows no skin color. You have to mature. A lot of you are thinking like teenagers. You're not thinking like an adult. It's very disappointing. Very disappointing. That's why I have to talk about this. Because I have to bring awareness to a situation that is real. A situation that have to be spoken on. The video we're going to review is of an influencer literally telling black women that Stephen Twitch Boss legacy is not the responsibility of black women to care about, to defend, or anything. So again, I asked the question, as a black woman, do you feel it is okay if all black men disregard the death of this woman in this video clip that died at the hands of a white man? Do you feel it is appropriate that we as men, black men, men of color, that we should alienate ourselves from seeking justice for, speaking positive words? Do you feel that that's the appropriate thing to do? Now, I got another question for you. If black men choose to say, well, she died, she was in the custody of a white man, it's not our responsibility. I have a question for you. If black men spoke in that manner, is it coming from a place of love or hate? Is it coming from a place of love or hate? You only could choose one. It's coming from a place of hate, right? So, logically speaking, if such actions of black men choosing to say that this woman's death is not their responsibility and her legacy and everything about her is on her because she was with a white man and didn't choose a black man, then that would be the result of black men's hatred for black women. Would you agree? So, if you would conclude that if a black man spoke in that manner, that it's coming from a place of hate and not love, then if a black woman says Stephen Twitch Boss' death and his legacy is not our responsibility because we're black women, where is that coming from? Love or hate? It's certainly not coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of hate. So what exactly are we teaching our women? Ladies, you really have to understand who's teaching you. You really have to understand who is influencing you. See, I don't know what other black men teach other black men on social media, but I'm not those black men. And one thing I don't appreciate is when grown adults are being influenced and not making logical thought patterns and logical, decisions on what makes sense. Do it make sense to say it's not our responsibility as a people? So we're not supposed to seek justice. So if you have a son that date a white woman and he's murdered, you're not supposed to care if you're a black woman. Is that what you're saying? That no black woman should care because, hey, he should have got with a sister. Well, what if he would have got with a sister and died too? See, we're trying to play these little games, and this is why I'm trying to break the spell that was put on you that it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Someone died. So why are we making it a race issue? That's coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of jealousy. It's coming from a place of envy. It's not coming from a place of love. It's not. Because it's like, let's recruit as many women as we possibly can so that we can turn the tables on these men and punish them because of the white woman they chose. That's crazy. A man was murdered, lost his life. It doesn't matter if she's white or black. It would still be news and we would still be seeking justice. Doesn't matter. It is so disheartening. It's as if though these words don't affect the mother. Imagine Twitch's mother seeing such content and saying to herself, wow, these are women that look just like me. And they're literally saying it's not their responsibility. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're not a fan of Twitch, we don't really expect you to do anything. If you're not an influencer who have a soul, we don't expect you to do anything. You understand? But I think that is cold and callous, to say the least, because this type of situation with Twitch can happen to anybody. There have been many stories of black women marrying black men, dating black men, and they died at the hands of black men. So which is the one? Which is which? If a black man kill a black woman, then all black women are going to jump in and say, oh, it's our responsibility now? Which one is it? If your son choose to get with a white woman and he die, are you telling me you will disregard his death and say, well, we don't need to band together to seek justice for my son who was innocent and was murdered? You know what? Let's punish him. He should have never been with a white woman. Well, if that's the case, what about the story here? What about that story? See? You see how it feels? It wouldn't feel good, right? It wouldn't feel good if men were mocking this woman, making fun of this woman, saying disparaging things about this woman just because she was with a white man and died. That would be wrong, right? That would be wrong. So why would you do that towards Twitch? Why would you punish him like that? Why would you disrespect his family like that? You understand? And see, you know what's so sick about this situation, guys? You folks will look at a few people doing things and you just blame all black men. You'll see one or two guys do things and you just conclude all black men hate women. Think about that. Look what somebody just said in the chat. Twitch chose her. It's his fault. Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's have the conversation. How many guys you chose and it didn't work out? Was that your fault? How many guys you dated, cheated on you, did you dirty? Was that your fault? Answer the question. Answer the question. Come on now, don't run. Answer the question. You had a lot to say about Twitch. You said Twitch chose her. It's his fault. Okay. How many men, whether they're white men, black men, Asian men, you chose, dated, dealt with, it didn't work out, they did you dirty, was it your fault? Where you at? Where are you? Where is she, guys? Where's the accountability? You just said it's his fault. Okay, I'm asking you, where are you to respond? Guys, do you see how the person disappeared? Are you seeing this in live, in 4K, guys? Look, guys, I'm trying to show y'all this, man. This is sad. This is really, really sad, guys. This is really, really sad. Do you see how the individual cannot respond? Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing this, guys? She's still writing the same comment. I asked a simple question. I said, we're adults here, right? We're adults. You keep saying Twitch chose her. It's his fault. I'm asking you, I'm asking you as a woman, if you believe Twitch chose her, his death is his fault. I'm asking you, all of the relationships you ever had with men that you chose never worked out, was it your fault? Guys, do you see how this person cannot answer the simple question? Guys, are you seeing this in real time? Guys, do you see this? So again, I ask, is this coming from a place of love or a place of hate? Because I'm asking this woman a simple question. All the men that you dated and the relationships failed, was it your fault? Because you chose them. When are you going to answer the question? I'm trying to show you guys how the individual cannot respond. See, when confronted by a real man that think logically, I have them in a corner. They can't move. And I'm just using their words against them. She said that Twitch chose her. It's his fault. So I'm asking the question. Every man you dated and the relationship went south, it didn't work out, he did you dirty, you didn't like him, he's trash. Was it your fault? Yes or no? Where is she? Where is she, guys? You know, it's amazing to me, brothers, that we as men, we can't even have conversations with our women, guys. We can't even have conversations. When is this going to end? What is going on here? We can't even have conversations with our women, guys. Let me ask you a question with a show of one. Have I been utmost respectful thus far? Did I call anybody out of their names? I'm just asking questions, trying to have a conversation. And it seems as if though people don't want to focus on having a conversation. They just want to be negative. Do we really hate each other this bad in 2025 as black people? Where's our love? Where's our love? What went wrong with black men and black women? What went wrong? Where we just hate each other like this. It's like this deep-rooted hatred. We just hate each other with a passion. And when we get on social media, that's where we express it the most. We don't know how to communicate amongst ourselves, and we wonder why our communities are in shambles. We're wondering why. I asked a simple question, guys. Woman couldn't even answer it. Then the next minute, I'll be accused of everything negative just for asking a question, just to see if she's going to be accountable. Because again, if Steven Twitch Boss chose the woman and it's his fault, then if you're a woman and you chose a man and it didn't work out and your relationship went south and it was just horrible, was it your fault? Do you hold yourself accountable and say it was my fault? I chose that man. It didn't work out. All the relationships I chose never worked out. It is all my fault. Do you hold yourself accountable? This is amazing. But let me get back to the topic, guys, because the maturity level is sad. If you are an adult and you cannot have a simple conversation and it always have to result in arguments and hate, that's just a sad existence right there. This woman died and was in a room and her family want justice. And she died while with a white man. You see what I mean? Would it be okay? I want to know from the black women that are viewing the content. If you know a black woman that's dating a white man and she was found dead, murdered, would you say it's okay if all black men said the following? She chose a white man. It's not our responsibility to fight for her justice. Would you agree with that? Would you be cool with that? Would you be cool if black men as a whole disregard her death? We're not interested in making videos seeking justice. We're not interested in marching. We're not interested in nothing. We don't care. We're just going to go about our business because she was with a white man. Would you agree with that's cool? Is that what you want? You ever been embarrassed for your own people? I feel like that all the time. I feel like that all the time because I'm disgusted with my own people. It's just a sad situation, guys. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain the disgust. It's like we really are destroyed as a people. There's no hope. There's no hope for us. It really is none. We hate each other too much. We hate each other so much that somebody can die and we will literally say, who cares? They were with a white woman. They deserved it. That's basically what it is. But that can happen with a black person. So what's the difference between it? What I find is this. The black men who hate women on social media, they're just mad because they don't got a woman. If every black man on social media that bash women all day had a woman, they wouldn't be on social media bashing women because they got a woman. If every woman, black woman on social media, had a man, happy, loved, she would not be on social media. She would not be on social media talking. I'm telling you. So what this goes down to, loneliness, not getting what you want, failed relationships, trauma, hurt, and that stuff is unresolved. And when you have a situation where it's unresolved, people attack one another for no reason. People become bitter. They start attacking everybody for no reason. Why? Because they're unfulfilled. There's an emptiness in their spirit. So they congregate with people that are like-minded, that are all involved in the same trauma, and they band together and gain strength from one another. And that's how they're able to move forward. Because if every black man on social media had a woman at home cooking for him, cleaning, taking care of the kids, loving him, that man would not be on social media in chat rooms bashing women. He would not. If every woman at the sound of my voice had a husband, a hard-working man who's a provider, protector, a lover, and he's in the house with them right now, holding down, standing on business, they would not be on social media in chat rooms with all the other women bashing men. They would not be there. Why? They have a loving, wholesome relationship. So the question is, where are all these people at? I know one thing. They don't have no relationship, no love, no partner, no wholesome relationship, no companionship, loneliness, trauma. And that breeds a devil's playground. And this is why people are going around basically saying that Twitch boss death is not the responsibility of black women. And basically recruiting women into thinking like this. For what? What is the goal? What is the end goal? What is the end goal in thinking like that? That's hate. That's not love. Because if you're a black woman and you died by the hands of a black man or white man or Asian man, are you telling me you don't want nobody to fight for you? You just want us to forget about it and say, well, it's not our responsibility. She chose that man. It's crazy, man. That is crazy thinking. It's a miserable existence to think like that. That is so horrible to do. How could we even think like that as an adult in 2025? Do we got that much hate in our heart? And see, the reason why this is bad is because I'm going to tell you, social media has become entertainment, man. To the point where it's like people get entertained by this type of stuff, man. And influencers, you're no different than these rappers, man. The same way we go around saying that these rappers been influencing the youth to commit crimes, be on drugs, sag they pants, thugging, trapping in the trenches. It's the rapper that's doing it, right? Because they're the influencers, remember? Okay, on social media, the ones with the microphones, the ones with the cameras, they're the ones influencing you folk. They're the ones training you up, making you think a certain way. That's what they do. And again, I have to say, if you are a man and you're online all day, bashing women all day, you don't got a woman. Guaranteed. Now, there's a difference between teaching. There's a difference between leading men. There's a difference between educating men on the ins and outs of dating and relationships. That's one thing. But I'm talking about a man that just bash women all day. That man don't got a woman. He's miserable. He's lonely. Likewise, if a woman is online bashing men all day, men ain't ish, he's gay, blah, 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 he's mad, he don't get no box. This is typical shaming language they use. She don't got a man. She don't have a husband. There's nobody in her house right now. Nobody's there. And that's why she's doing what she's doing. And not only doing what she's doing, it earns money. Why? Because you have a multitude of others who think the same way. They think the same way. So it builds a community of dysfunction. And it becomes a situation where you can monetize it. You can monetize dysfunction now. Just like with the Christian church. The Christian church is monetized because you have a lot of dysfunctional folks that go to those houses of the devil to listen to some pork chop, curly hair, Rolls Royce driving pastor who all he wants is their money. All he got to do is just say Jesus a couple of times, crank the organ, and them people, they just come out of pocket with the money. Because the preacher know he got control over them. Well, on social media, it's the same way, folk. An influencer can have total control over you. If you are suffering with traumas, if you got mental illness, if you got all sorts of issues that you are going through, an influencer can influence and control you, manipulate you, seduce you. And before you know it, just like a church, just like a pastor, you are one of the congregants in their church. But let's take a look at this, guys. Let's break down this video. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of what we got to talk about. So if you're now joining in, we're talking about a video that I've seen where a female influencer suggests that the death of Stephen Twitch Boss and his legacy is not the responsibility of black women. Basically telling our women, ignore stuff like that because he was with a white woman. As if he got with a black woman, that would change the scenario. As if though all of our relationships are great when we know they're not. They're not. Show me a 80% of marriages amongst black folk. Show me it. It's not there. Show me 70. It's not there. 60. It's not there. 50. It's not there. 40. It's not there. We don't even get along. We don't even have no relationships. How many black couples are getting married? Crickets. Everybody on social media talking about dating, but nobody's married. Everybody's an expert and a guru on who they should date, but nobody's getting married. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with our people, and it's not good. So let's break this thing down. Let's get into this video. We're going to start this thing off with this case of this woman, because I need for this to really hit home so it can be educational for the black man and the black woman to understand that we need to grow up and we need to mature as adults and understand that life is short. This hatred that we have for one another is sick. It is a sick cancer. And influencers are responsible for creating this chaos. And they do it to earn $1. They don't care about you, me, anybody. All they care about is $1. If I can capitalize off of the trauma of this woman because she had a bad relationship, and if I can make this other woman remember her hurts and pains and the ninjas that did her dirty, and if I could get that other woman right there to get mad because of what happened with her baby daddy, man, I'll have a following. That's how the Christian church works. Just like you'll get a guy, he'll come on YouTube, he'll start a channel, he'll start to bash women and say all the negative things that hurt men go through. And these men will gravitate to those channels because of their trauma, right? Their insecurities, their hurt, their pain. And they'll listen to the influencer, and the influencer is singing their tune, speaking their language. These guys are getting hyped up, just like in church. Just like when the pastor's like, yeah, hey, God, yeah, amen. God want to make a miracle. Yes, sir. Yes, in Jesus' name. Yes, sir. Get you all hyped up in the spirit. Then they take your money. One big hustle. Playing with the minds of the people. If you've been through a divorce, they'll talk about that. If you have a baby mama that put you on child support, they'll talk about that. And they'll make you feel justified in being angry. Yeah, happens every day. But you as an adult supposed to know when you're being manipulated. You're supposed to know when people gaslighting you. We have to have empathy for the things that happens in the world. That's just like the California fires. Well, those are those people. It's not affecting me. Who cares? Not my responsibility. Imagine that mindset. Imagine the mindset of saying, well, because I don't live in California, who cares? That's their problem. Has nothing to do with me. I'm good. That's cold. That's a callous person, fam. Same thing. Oh, those people? Oh, those are rich people. That's good for them. What? So because they're rich folk and their houses burned down, is something to mock and laugh at? You have poor people that suffer too. See, everybody think that everything that's going on in California right now is nothing but rich people. No, you got poor people, poor black people that are suffering too. That's right. Everybody's getting burned down. So should we all turn a blind eye and say, you know what? That's good for them. It is what it is. It's not my responsibility. They chose to live in California. How does that sound? Does that sound nice? No, it don't. That don't sound nice because you know what? Something can happen in your neck of the woods. Then what? You might get an earthquake. You might get a hurricane, tornado. You might have a brush fire. See? So don't be too quick to judge and think you safe. Learn from what's going on in Cali. Learn from what's going on with the Twitch boss situation because it could be you. You might be here today and tomorrow you gone. You're the topic. Influencers such and such was found dead in their apartment on such and such street. Police are now looking into the investigation regarding the situation. It is said there was a white man in the apartment. Law enforcement are doing their due diligence to comb through all of the footage to find the details of the case. Tune in next time as we bring you more updates regarding the death of an alleged influencer. How many times have we seen influencers on social media dead? It's not a game, man. Again, to the viewers, you view these kind of content, you view influencers. Know the difference when it's time to be entertained and when it's time to be serious, guys. Know the difference. If you have a daughter that married a white man and your daughter was found dead, would you be happy if all black men said, who cares about her situation? We're not fighting for justice. That's her problem because she was with a white man. So if she was with a black man, then you're willing to fight for her justice. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense? Well, at least she chose a black man, so I'll fight for her justice. That don't make no sense. You should be fighting for the justice because that's your daughter. And because she's a woman. Doesn't matter. When we look at the situation with Stephen Twitch Boss, he was murdered. And his wife, his widow, is out there exploiting his death. And it's almost as if though people are using that, right, to punish black men as a whole. But if Hulker was with a white man and this happened, then what? If he was a white man, then what? If he was a famous white guy that everybody loved, then what? Because even white folk are against her. Even white folk are against her. But it's like in the black community, we're so stuck on our hatred for one another, we can't see past nothing. And again, it goes back to what I said. Anybody that feel that because Twitch is a black man and got with a white woman, that is not the responsibility of black women to even have empathy for the situation, it is most likely that person has a deep-rooted hatred for men. You have a deep-rooted hatred for men. And that's wrong, because if you have a son, would you feel the same way about him? Would you, as a mother, as a woman of color, if you have a son and he got with a white woman, he's dead, they found him somewhere dead, would you say, forget him, it's not my problem, I don't care, because he got with a white woman? That's crazy. If that's how you think, I don't want to be in your community. I would not want to live in a community like that, man. I would not want to live in a community like that where, as a black man, if something was to happen to me because I was with a white woman, all the black women in the community are like, well, forget him. He was with a white woman. That's not coming out of a place of love. That's coming out of a place of hate. You're basically saying you're happy that I'm dead. You're basically saying you're happy that I'm dead. Is that the way we're supposed to think as people? Let's get into this video, man.
Tonight, new developments in the death of a 23-year-old black woman who died after a dating app meetup, after protesters demanded answers, marching on what would have been Lauren Smithfield's 24th birthday Sunday, carrying balloons to mark the occasion. Smithfields was found unresponsive in her apartment December 12th. Her family now filing a notice of claim, a first step in preparing to sue the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut for its, quote, racially insensitive.
You know what's interesting, guys, about social media is how people are programmed. I'm seeing somebody in the comments. Somebody said, what if this happened to Serena Williams? Ask them that. Well, you're basically saying the same thing that the influencer said, which means you were programmed. You see what I mean? You were programmed. This is what I mean about influencers. You come on social media, you watch videos, you hear the things people say with microphones, and then you are now programmed like a computer, and then you utter the same thing. No original thought that came from you. You were programmed. Think about that. And it's coming from hate. It's not coming from love. Because you have to think about your question. You're basically saying, if something happened to Serena Williams, what about that? If Serena Williams was found dead, it'll be content and there'll be an investigation on what happened to her. Who killed her? You think I'm going to say, oh, she deserved it because she was with a white man? See, I don't know what you listen to or where you get that mindset from, or you feel, I guess you probably feel like men in general are like evil. But over here, we actually investigate cases. That's what we do. Doesn't matter who you are. See? So let's get back to the video so we can break this thing down.
Tonight, new developments in the death of a 23-year-old black woman who died after a dating app meetup, after protesters demanded.
She died after a dating app meetup.
Answers. Marching on what would have been Lauren Smithfield's 24th birthday Sunday, carrying balloons to mark the occasion. Smithfields was found unresponsive in her apartment December 12th. Her family now filing a notice of claim, a first step in preparing to sue the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut for its, quote, racially insensitive handling of Smithfield's sudden passing.
I mean, whatever happened that night, we want to know, and we want to feel like...
I see the family which include black men and black women, concerned about this woman's death. I see black men and a woman. They're concerned. I don't see them saying, well, you know, she was with the white man, so it's not our responsibility. No, they're concerned for their loved one. They're concerned. Look at the woman in the middle. She's hurt. How would she feel if all of us men are on social media laughing and mocking and saying, oh, that's good for her? That's horrible. That's horrible. We should be ashamed of ourselves as a people thinking like that. That's not the way you do things. Where's your morals and values? Who raised you? Where do you get this hate from? It don't make no sense. This family is hurting. They want justice.
That they care as much as we care.
She was found by a man she allegedly met on the dating app Bumble, according to a police incident report provided by the family attorney. The man is 37 years old and white, according to public record.
37 years old and white. A white man. You see that? Come on now. A white man. So, again, the question goes as follows. Should we as black men seek justice for this black woman? Investigate her situation? Or should we just say it's not our responsibility? Who cares? She was with a white man. She should have been with a black man. Should we say that? That would be crazy, right? So why is it okay for women to do that? Why is it okay for our women to say things like that? Why is there a double standard where it's okay for women to say, our women to say, if Twitch boss is dead and his widow is out there exploiting his death for personal gain, it's not the responsibility of black women. It's okay for you to do that. Perfectly okay, right? But if black men said, you know what? This situation with this woman, she chose to go on the dating app. It's her responsibility. We out. That's crazy. You would be appalled if black men were doing that. It would be outrage if black men were doing that. And don't judge me because of the knuckleheads you got a problem with on social media, because I'm not them. I'm a family man. I got a black woman. I got 4 daughters. It is sad the way we think as a people. It is really, really sad, and it's sick.
And he called the police, according to the incident report, when he says he woke up next to her and she was not breathing.
He woke up next to her and she was not breathing. He woke up next to her. So he was in bed with her.
The man who found Lauren is not currently considered a person of interest.
Wow.
What is the family's response to that?
The family is very insulted by that. They weren't looked at as a person of interest, and we feel...
Now check it out. Attorney for Fields' family. So we have a black man who is the attorney for a black woman that died in the company of a white man. Should the attorney say, you know what? It's not my responsibility. She chose to deal with him. That's crazy. No, he's fighting for the family.
That is racially motivated.
Tonight, her death ruled an accident by the Connecticut chief medical examiner.
Wow.
The cause of death is multiple drugs, including fentanyl and alcohol.
So they're basically blaming her. You see how they did that? They're basically blaming her. They ain't blaming the white man she was with. They're basically saying, hey, it's her fault. It is what it is. Out. So where's her justice? And where are all the women, primarily black women, fighting for her justice? Come on now. I'm making a very, very serious point here, guys. Should black men turn a blind eye to this and say, well, she made the choice to get on the dating app. It's not our problem? Should we say that? That wouldn't be nice. So why would black women do that to Twitch? Why should they do that?
According to the police report, the man told police that the night before, the two were drinking tequila and Smithfields became ill and, quote, went to the bathroom to vomit. They continued drinking and she fell asleep. The report makes no reference to the two having sexual relations that night. The man says he heard Smithfield snoring around 3:30 a.m. When police arrived before 7 a.m., she had been, quote, dead for at least an hour or more and had dried blood in and around her right nostril.
The family is alleging a racially insensitive handling of the case, that their civil rights were violated. What exactly are you referring to?
We know that we seen the response that the nation has given to Gabby Petito when she went missing. We don't have anything that comes even close to that in this particular case.
Their attorney says the family found a note with a phone number on Smithfield's door around 7:30 p.m. the next day. The landlord notified them of her death.
And they're told there's nothing to investigate. He seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice guy. There's nothing to investigate. So, based on what we're having here, a black woman was murdered. The people that's supposed to be investigating say, hey, there's nothing really to investigate because the guy seems like a nice guy because he's white. So my question to black women, being that she chose to deal with such a man, should black men do the same thing that you're suggesting black women do in the Twitch case? By saying it's not our responsibility to look into this, to fight for her justice, to bring awareness to the issue? Because I'm bringing awareness to the issue, and I'm a black man. You don't see me saying, oh, you know what? Man, it's not our responsibility. You don't see me doing that. I'm bringing awareness to it. That's what I'm doing. You don't see me recruiting black men saying, you know what, that's not our responsibility. She chose him, she did, that's her problem. You don't see me doing that. So why are our women doing that to Twitch? Why are you doing that? It's not right. It's not right at all, guys.
They never quarantined the area. They never collected anything of value.
Instead, according to the notice of claim, the family found their own evidence, including blood-stained sheets and, quote, a pill used as a sedative and a used condom.
Used condom, pills, everything. Where are all of the BWs? Protesting, bringing awareness for this woman. Where are they? Where are they? I want to know. Where are they? Could someone find them? Could someone find all of the women that are saying it's not their responsibility to make sure that Twitch's legacy is intact? Where are those women to help solve the case with that woman? Because she's a black woman. Are you saying that she deserved what happened to her? Are you saying that? Come on now. I don't know what you mean by black men said white women bring them peace, because I got a black woman. So this goes back to my point that you're speaking from a place of either trauma or issues you got with black men. The black men that you encountered. Because I don't got a white woman. I don't want a white woman. I'm only interested in black women. So I don't know who told you that white women bring black men peace. I don't know who said that, but it wasn't me. And I can guarantee you, whichever men said that don't even have a woman. Men who say stuff like that don't have women. Anytime you hear men saying, "Oh, if you want a real good woman, you got to go overseas." Overseas? Okay. Where's your woman, bro? Well, I don't got one. That's my point. You're telling all of us to go over there to get them, but you don't even got one yourself. It don't make no sense. If white women can bring black men peace, why all of these men that say that don't have a white wife? They're just talking. They're hurt. It's just like when our women be online yipping and yapping about, oh, these black men is this, and I'm gonna date outside my race, and I'm gonna do this. But when you look at them, none of them have a husband. None of them. None of them have a husband. If you're on social media and you see men or women talking about they're a dating expert and they don't have no relationship, no husband, wife, turn them off. They're frauds. They're just talking to earn $1. They don't even have the results. That's like talking about how much money you got, right? But you really don't got no money. You out here talking about, oh, you could do this, you can invest, you could do that, but when they do a background check, you don't even got no money. You're as broke as they come.
Port police did not comment on the specific allegations made by the family, but in a statement said in Port, the investigation remains open and active, and the department offers its sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Miss Lauren Smith Fields.
She was murdered. She was murdered by a white man, and they ignored everything. Where is her justice? Should I ignore this? Should I ignore her case? Should I turn a blind eye to it and say, you know what? I'm just upset because she got with a white man. I'm so hurt because I couldn't get her. I'm mad because the white man was able to get her. So you know what? It's not my responsibility. That's exactly what that is. Anytime a man says stuff like that, what he's saying is he's mad because he couldn't get her. He's mad. So if women are saying, hey, Twitch boss, man, his death is not our responsibility. Who cares? You know why? Because they mad. Because they can't get a man like him. Period. They can't get a man like him in terms of a man that got money. They can't get him. And they're mad that he got with a white woman.
Oh, I never get to touch her again. It's deplorable how they treated us. I see her in everything I do.
Think about it. She was murdered, guys. A black woman was murdered by a white man, and they brushed it under the rug and said that the white guy is a nice guy. We don't got to investigate him. That's what they said. Oh, so my question now is, where are all the black women that feel the way they feel about Twitch, boss? Where are you to focus on her? Oh, I get it. You don't care because she's with a white man. So what really is the point? So if you were to die today, would you want us to investigate your situation? Would you want us to bring awareness to it? Or should we just say, who cares? You chose the guy you got with. Is that the mentality we got to have now? Because to me, it doesn't matter if you're white or black when it comes to death. If you die and your spouse or partner is still here, we need to investigate who you were with. Doesn't matter if they're white or black. It doesn't matter. What went wrong and why you're dead? Well, you made the choice. It's not our responsibility. That goes both ways. That goes for anything. Whether you got with a black man, whether you got with a white man, right? So if a sister got with a black man and that black man kill her, are black women going to say it's not their responsibility because she got with a black man? Does that make sense?
All right, Sinclair joins us from here in 30 Rock. So, Sinclair, you mentioned on your story that it was alleged they met on Bumble, the dating app. Has that company said anything, and has the leadership in the city said anything else about this case?
Yeah, Tom. So Bumble, which is a pretty popular dating app, told us in a statement that they've been in touch with law enforcement, but, quote, have not received a request for any information and that they always cooperate regarding investigations. Meanwhile, Bridgeport's mayor tells us that he will work with police to, quote, make appropriate changes regarding death notifications for family members. And that's in direct response to the claims of the family, who say the police did not notify them of Amber's death 24 hours after she passed. The family is also awaiting the results of an independent autopsy, Tom.
Think about this. A black woman was murdered. They brushed it under the rug and said that the white guy that she was with is such a nice guy, they don't need to investigate nothing. That's what they said. Basically, the white guy is such a nice guy, we don't need to investigate it. And you wondering why nobody's investigating Alison Hawker. Because to them, she's such a nice woman. That is why they're not investigating. Because they see her as a nice woman. When they look at Alison, they see her as a nice white woman that wouldn't hurt a fly. You can't judge her. How could you judge her? She's white. Do you understand? Just like with the black woman that was murdered, they said that the guy she was with, the white man, is a nice guy. He's a nice man. So there's no need for us to investigate. That's what they told the family. That's what they told the family. Imagine your daughter got murdered and they tell you the man she was with is such a nice guy, we don't need to investigate. Seems like a nice guy. What? Seems like a nice... Your daughter's dead, mind you. Where's her justice? And where are the women who feel the way they feel about Twitch? Where are you to bring justice for that sister that died? Or her life don't matter because she made a choice. So is it her fault? I mean, being that someone was in a live chat earlier that I asked the question to, you said that Twitch chose that woman, so it's his fault. So my question to you now is this. Being that that black woman is dead, was it her fault because she chose the white man? Was it her fault? Because, you know, everybody want to blame men for everything. It's always the black man's fault. You know, we could never get a good day. It's always our fault. We could be good men, providers, protectors, take care of our kids. A woman would still find something wrong. No matter what. No matter what we do. You could be a good father to your kids. Your baby mama will still find something on you. He cheated. He's verbally abusive. He's a narcissist. Something. It's crazy, right? But let's get into this.
Okay, Sinclair, we thank you for that.
Let me fast forward a little bit so I can get into this video. Now check this out, guys. Check this out. I want you to listen carefully now.
So I want to give my opinion on this Twitch and Allison Holker story. And this will probably be a very short commentary because I don't have a lot to say. So to my understanding, Allison is releasing a book where she talks about Stephen's substance addiction and mental health issues that he was dealing with before he unalived himself. And so Black people are outraged by this. They feel like Allison is tarnishing Stephen's legacy. And based on what I've been reading in the comment sections, like of all these gossip sites that are reporting on this, before this, there was no mention of an addiction or any substances found in Stephen's system at the time he passed. Stephen's cousin, who I believe is a Black woman, she has also come out saying that Allison made the whole family sign an NDA to attend the funeral. And people are saying that it's because Allison wanted to be the only one to profit off of Stephen's story. His mother also wrote a statement pretty much taken up for her son, and she called Allison out for being a liar. And Allison's daughter also responded in defense of her mother, and she said she felt disrespected by Stephen's family. And she also defended the NDA, and she said that it was put in place so that people wouldn't post pictures or videos of the funeral online. And Allison did respond to the backlash, and she basically said that the reason she's writing the book is to share her story in hopes that it will help other people with mental illness. And so Black people are all over the internet outraged by this. And as usual, it's Black women who have the most to say and who are most outraged. Even when it comes to Stephen's family, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any of his male family members come out to support him.
That's where you are wrong. Are you seeing the error? Because the male relatives did come out to defend him. Not only that, even male friends came out to defend him. You said correct you if you are wrong. Well, you are being corrected. You are wrong. You are wrong. Because male family and male friends came out to defend him. And I've been covering the story since the beginning. So I know. So what she said there is incorrect. Because what she's trying to paint is this mindset that women are the one doing all the defending. And what she's going to try to attempt to do is suggest that it's not really your responsibility because he's with a white woman. So it's like, why y'all focusing all your attention on this guy? He don't got no love for us sisters. Pretty much that's what it is. And what that ties into, it make the traumas of our women, it goes into the hurt that they had with other Black men. You have to understand how social media work and the psychology of influencing. It really is a science. Because if the influencer can get you to remember your relationships, your past relationships with Black men, they can literally make you feel emotional to the point where you're like, man, forget Twitch, for real. Why am I worried about him? You start remembering what happened to you. You start remembering that ninja that did you dirty. Now remember, you chose him, remember? Remember? See, here's the thing. When it comes to Twitch, he chose the white woman. It's his fault. But if you're a BW and you got with a ninja that was dirty, cheated on you, left you with a baby, hurt pains, all of that other mess, it's still his fault. It's not yours. You see how that worked? Twitch chose the white woman, he dead. Oh yeah, it's his fault. He chose her, right? A BW, get with a Black man, he ain't ish, he cheating on her. Whose fault this is? The Black man. It's never her fault. No accountability. But you chose him, sister. It doesn't matter if I chose him. He's wrong. I'm not. You can never win, guys. No matter what you do, you will never win. You will always be looked upon as the aggressor and wrong.
So far, from what I've seen, it's only women speaking on his behalf.
No, it's men speaking on his behalf too. You're wrong. Listen, she's literally finding posts with women, but she's not finding no posts with men. How come she ain't bring me up? I'm a man and I'm speaking on. She's making it seem as if though women are defending Twitch and not men. Are you all seeing this? She's finding posts from women. Now think about this. She's finding posts from Candace, right? She's finding posts from this one. Women. She's not looking for posts from men. She's trying to make it seem as if though women are all out here standing up for Twitch. And it's like, well, why are y'all doing this for? Y'all, it's not y'all responsibility. They could have brought me up. Said Ringo TV is talking about it. Manny is talking about it on his Instagram. You got a lot of men that are talking about this. And she just totally omitted all of that information. And I know she sees it because I'm in the algorithm. They see my videos. My videos are being suggested by YouTube. But they're painting this picture as if though women are out here defending Twitch while these men are not doing nothing. Let's go.
When it comes to his fans, mostly women are also speaking on his behalf. Black women. And
see how she just said black women? He have a lot of white women fans too. It's not just black women. He have fans of all ethnic groups, men and women. Twitch don't have a female-based audience and that's it. He have a male-based audience too.
I haven't seen any of his male family members come out to support him. So far, from what I've seen, it's only women speaking on his behalf. And when it comes to his fans, mostly women are also speaking on his behalf. Black women. And even though I do agree with everyone saying that what Allison is doing doesn't help Stephen's legacy at all, it's still not Black women's responsibility to step up and try to protect it.
Wow. That's cold right there. It's still not Black women's responsibility to protect it. I mean, you could do it pretty much what you want to do, but why would you suggest to women that it's not their responsibility to do that? Why would you suggest that? I mean, if that's what you choose to do, that's you. If you're not a fan of Twitch, if you don't care about it, I mean, think about this. You getting paid from that video. That video that you did is monetized. So you're getting paid from it. See, here's the thing. You saying it's not Black women's responsibility, but you getting paid from the video. So it's okay to get paid, right? Come on now. It's okay to get paid from the video, even though you don't care about being responsible for his legacy. Hey, I'm going to get paid from it either way. Are y'all seeing that? Are y'all seeing how this works? Let's recruit the women into thinking that they have no responsibility. So what about the sister that lost her life by the hands of the white man? Are you going to tell the sisters it's not their responsibility to get justice for her or bring awareness to what happened to her? She's a Black woman. She died and a man most likely murdered her. And they said that the white guy is such a nice guy that it makes no sense to investigate anything. That's basically what they told the family. So are Black women going to, I guess, reach out to the family and help and bring awareness to the story with that case? Or is it not important? I want to know. Shout out to Rise Above Everything for the support. Says typical feminist behavior on that show, Ringo. Shaking my head. Let's get back to the tape.
Not Black women that don't know Stephen and who aren't related to Stephen. Stephen chose a white woman to marry, so the only women who should get involved with this are, again, the women in his family and white women, if they choose to do so. And I am not trying to be insensitive, but
it is insensitive. You're saying you're not trying to be insensitive. It is insensitive. That is the most insensitive thing you can possibly say. That's crazy. It's one thing if you don't care. Look, people, it's one thing if you as an individual don't care about the Twitch ball situation, but why influence other women to be just like you? If I got a hatred for women, why come on social media to poison all men to be just like me? That's toxic. Why do that? If I hate Chinese food, why come online and rain on everybody's parade and promote my hatred for Chinese food in hopes to get other people recruited so they cannot like it too? I mean, if it's not Black women's responsibility, why make a video about it? Because you know it's in the algorithm and you know it'll get you views and it'll get you paid. This is what I'm telling you guys, man. Social media is big business. Very big business, guys. Think about that. She went on, let me see. She's posting these comments. You should have kept this in the closet with the stuff you found. Where is the loyalty to your husband? So basically what she's trying to do is stop women like this from making these posts. In other words, you Black women shouldn't be online fighting for Twitch. That's basically what she's doing, guys. She's trying to make Black women that are on the front line speaking out against this to make them stop. That's what's going on. It's crazy. Everyone couldn't have known because she herself didn't know according to what she is saying. She don't want Black women to be online posting comments like this because that's being supportive to the legacy of Twitch. So in other words, what she wants is for Black women to pull their support from the case of Stephen Twitch Boss. Is that good? Is that coming from a place of love or is that coming from a place of hate? Which one? Is that coming from that place or what? I want to know.
Allison is the woman that Stephen chose to marry and pass on his legacy to. And these are the consequences.
These are the consequences. She just said, Allison is the woman he chose to get with. These are the consequences. Okay, so now, the Black woman in the beginning of the video that was murdered by a white man, based on the testimony of said influencer, based on the court of public opinion, would it be safe to say, Your Honor, that based on her testimony, that the Black woman who was allegedly murdered by the white man, that it was the consequences for getting with a white man? I think you would agree that that would be the case, right? So then, no one should be fighting for her justice, because that's the consequences, right? So how many of you would be mad at me if I said that that Black woman that died by the hands of a white man, that those are the consequences for dating a white man? You would be mad with me. You would be mad. You would be mad with me, especially if you were her family. You would be pissed. You'd be like, wow. I mean, who deserves that? It can happen to anybody. Doesn't matter what your ethnic group, your ethnicity is. That's crazy. This is what she said, man.
up and try to protect it. Not Black women that don't know Stephen and who aren't related to Stephen. Stephen chose a white woman to marry, so the only women who should get involved with this are, again, the women in his family.
All right, let me see if I can get the name. Let me see if I can get the name now. It's Myrna, right? I just want to know. I don't want to get nobody upset. Am I pronouncing the name correct this time? Is it Myrna? Because I remember we had this problem the other night. Is it Myrna? I need to make sure. Says, appreciate you for sponsoring the show. Says, Rank, did they mention if the officers were white? They didn't do a proper investigation or collect evidence. Didn't even take the guy down for questioning. Yeah, but this is the method that they do. This is what they do, whether it's a white man or a white woman. This is why the case with tWitch is so important, and this is why I brought out the receipt with the Black woman who was murdered. Because it has the same method of operation. It's the same MO. It's the same thing. You know? It's the same exact thing. Nobody investigated it because the guy's white. And you know the officers are white, and even if there were some Black officers there, they're not going to get involved. Anytime they have this type of corruption, law enforcement is involved. As I said, with the Stephen Twitch Boss case, officers had to be involved to do the cover-up. They had to be. Somebody had to be at that hotel to plant the gun, to plant the body, and everything else. It wouldn't work out. And this is why I'm saying Allison is guilty because of her involvement. There's too many red flags. She's at odds with the family. All of this is a red flag to tell you she never liked them. Even Manny suggested that the funeral was segregated. The NDA is horrible. If you really go into the real issues with that NDA, y'all, that NDA basically bind up the family to the point where they're not able to get no royalties, no monies. They can't speak about anything. Allison want them to forget Twitch ever existed. This is what's going on right now. It is really bad. And they don't like Twitch's family. They don't, and they don't trust them. That's right. When you do all your research, you find out that woman Allison is dirty, man. Very dirty.
White women, if they choose to do so. And I am not who have the most to say and who are most outraged. Even when it comes to Stephen's family, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any of his male family members come out to support him. So far, from what I've seen, it's only women speaking on his behalf. And when it comes to his fans, mostly women are also speaking on his behalf.
Men are speaking on his behalf too, but you're not talking about that. You're trying to recruit women to hate a man. You're making it seem like it's only women out here doing this work. So nobody see Ringo TV, right? Nobody's seen all the videos I've done, right? Nobody see all the Black men that are talking about these situations, right? Nobody see us, right? It's just women doing this.
Black women. And even though I do agree with everyone saying that what Allison is doing doesn't help Stephen's legacy at all, it's still not Black women's responsibility to step up and try to protect it. Not
Wow.
Black women that don't know Stephen and who aren't related to Stephen. Stephen chose a white woman to marry, so the only women who should get involved with this are, again, the women in his family and white women, if they choose to do so.
This is, I'm telling you, if we think like that as a people, we're finished. If we go around thinking because someone is with another ethnic group of people that doesn't involve us, that's a crazy way of thinking. It's just sick. So because he was with a white woman, we need to ignore everything. Doesn't matter if she's white or Black. If a Black woman did this to Twitch, I'm talking about it. It's going to be headline news. Doesn't matter who he's with. But people making a big deal out of it because she's white. And then what's happening is the hate that others have for different groups of people based on skin color, it's all playing into this situation. So race is playing into this now. So if Twitch was married to a black woman and he was in a hotel dead, what do you think? I'm going to ignore the story and say, oh, it's a black woman. It's not important. No, I'm going to be reporting on the story. I want an investigation, and the wife most likely did it. Doesn't matter what her skin color is. If she's moving funny, she needs to be investigated. Period.
And I am not trying to be insensitive.
You are.
But Allison is the woman that Stephen chose to marry and pass on his legacy to.
She's blaming, victim shaming. You don't see that? That's called victim shaming. Now, when we talk about mental health awareness, right? Think about this. If Twitch was suffering from mental health issues, why would you shame him for his death because of the woman he chose? That's called victim shaming. Isn't that the same thing women don't like? Isn't that the same thing women always protest against and say they cannot stand when men victim shame? Well, that's victim shaming. Listen to what she said, guys.
Involved with this are, again, the women in his family and white women, if they choose to do so. And I am not trying to be insensitive, but Allison is the woman that Stephen chose to marry and pass on his legacy to. And these are the consequences from his decision. In life or death, these are the consequences.
That's sad, man. That's what you call victim shaming to the max. Basically blaming him for his death. That's crazy. She's basically blaming Twitch for his death by saying because he was with her. That can go both ways. So if he's with a black woman, then what? We don't share the same sentiments now because it's a black woman he's with. So only if he's with a white woman, those are the consequences. But if he's with a black woman, then what? So if a black woman get with a black man and that man ain't ish and he beats her, harms her, and kills her, is that woman going to say those are the consequences for dealing with a black man? It was her fault. She chose. Nope. She's not going to say that. She's going to blame the black man. She's going to say the black man is horrible. He's a monster. He's a misogynist. He's a hater. His mama black. He's a narcissist. All the negative stuff we're accustomed to having said about us. Right or wrong. A black man never get any sort of fair treatment. We're always the bad guy. Always the aggressor, the hater, the woman basher, you name it. We're everything that's negative. You'll never hear them say it was the woman's fault. She chose that man. He murked her. It is what it is. Case closed. It was her fault because she chose him. So she got to be accountable for her actions. You never hear that. So what she's basically saying is that Twitch deserved to die. That's basically what she's saying, guys. In so many words, is that he deserved to die. That's why I have to do this video. Because I don't like how that sounds. That's victim shaming. You're basically blaming a man for his death because he was with a white woman, as if though getting with a white woman automatically mean death.
To marry and pass on his legacy to. And these are the consequences from his decision. In life or death, these are the consequences. And I do understand the Black women who may empathize with Stephen's mother, but it's still not your fight, because if this were a famous Black woman who died and her white husband was tarnishing her legacy, Black men would not be protecting her and her family.
That's your opinion. What do you mean Black men would not? See, again, this is coming from a place of hurt. What she's doing there is she's causing more trauma in women that have struggled in relationships, dealt with trauma, family issues, abuse. And you have to understand how trauma works. It can be very triggering, where you'll hear these things and you'll remember growing up being hurt, abused, and nobody was there to help you. You'll remember you were violated. Maybe you were sexually essayed, and it'll bring up all those hurts. And this is the science, the magic of social media, and how the influencer can really gain power over your soul and cause you to feel those emotions. And now, when I play back the tape and you hear how she say it, it really will hit you in a way where you'll be like, for real, for real.
But it's still not your fight, because if this were a famous Black woman who died.
In other words, if this was a famous Black woman who died, nobody would care in the Black community. Black men would just be bashing her on social media. Now, where is that coming from? That's coming from a place of hurt. Which means in her mind, she already believed that there are particular men that do this kind of work. But that doesn't represent men in general. But in the eyes of women, they'll conclude that all men are the same. And that's misleading and toxic. You don't see nobody singing my praises for being fair and balanced. You don't see that. Where are all my flowers? I'm being ultra fair and balanced. And nobody give me my flowers. You know what I mean? And speaking of flowers, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, bro. Salute to you, fam, for acknowledging Ringo TV on your platform. I really appreciate that, because a lot of these dudes in these spaces, man, they full of shit, dog. For real, for real. A lot of these cats be in these YouTube streets, watch my content, see the things I do, see my work, and don't even acknowledge me, like I don't even exist. But they be learning from my classes. I help these brothers tie their shoes, but because they moved up in the world, they figure, fuck him, we don't even need to mention his name. So salute to you, fam. And if you don't rock with Coach Greg Adams, subscribe to his channel, dog. Subscribe to his channel. Show him love. He showed me love. Real talk. Let's get back to these tapes.
And her white husband was tarnishing her legacy, Black men would not be protecting her and her family just because she had a Black father or other Black male family members.
That's misleading, because there are Black men that stand up for Black women all the time, but you don't acknowledge them. And this is the danger of social media, man. You got so many Black men that stand up for Black women and injustice done to Black women all the time, and nobody acknowledge these men. It's like you folks like to focus on the negative. Oh, these men, they're not gonna do this, and these men are. Well, what about all the men that do? Why you don't acknowledge those men? Why don't you salute the people that actually do the work? And stop putting out this false image of all Black men are ready to attack. Oh, if it was a popular Black woman that died, we're just gonna not support the family and we're just not gonna do this. Well, who you're talking about? Who? This doesn't make any sense. When with all the work that I've done and being fair and balanced when it comes to various touchy topics, nobody be saluting me for the work that I do, guys. It's as if though I'm invisible. And the thing is, I know I'm not, because they see the work. They see the commentary. I provide some of the best commentary on YouTube, fam. And yet these folks be acting like they don't see the work. And they want other women to think men are just monsters. And this is why we keep fighting amongst ourselves, because the influencers are continually focused on getting the bag, and there's nothing wrong with getting money. But for crying out loud, man, when is this war and this mess gonna stop? When are we gonna be truthful with our audience? You got some women that be doing content and all they do is focus on negativity all day when it comes to men. And I'm like, damn, are you ever happy? Do you ever have joy? Is it always negative? It's just like when you see some male content creators. Every time you hear them speak, it's always negative. It's always doom and gloom. It's always, they're doing something to us. Oh, they're trying to attack us. Oh, women. Oh, I'm like, damn, bro, do you ever have a good day? Do you ever have any good news to say? Do you keep on being negative all the time? Don't you realize you are influencing a multitude of men to be negative all day? So that's how you make your money, man? Just being negative all day? You don't got nothing positive to say? You don't ever talk about the positive black men in the community? You don't ever talk about the positive black men who are content creators that actually are fair and balanced? Do you ever talk about them? It's crazy, fam. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And see, the reason why I shout out Coach Greg Adams, because I watch his content in the clouds all the time. I watch his content in the clouds all the time. And somebody had came to my platform and they said, yo, Coach had shouted you out. And I'm like, I didn't hear that part, because sometimes his videos be lengthy videos and I kind of like catch the videos in the clouds. I might jump on and just kind of watch the videos. But earlier today, I had posted a comment because it was an interesting topic. And he showed love, saluted me. His audience welcomed me in the live chat. And that was a good look, fam. Because a lot of these content creators, man, I tell you, these YouTube streets is deadly, man. People see you. And it's like, there's a lot of competitive jealousy with men in these spaces. And the thing is, there's room for all of these brothers. I don't understand why there's such a competitive hate. Because here's the thing. One hand washes the other. If people learn to show love, everybody is able to eat. But if you're trying to suppress another brother because you're jealous or you're hateful, and you figure, well, I don't want my audience to know who he is, because if they know who he is, it might interfere with my bread. That's not interfering with your bread. That's actually going to increase your bottom line. It's called business. It's called marketing. It's something that black men don't understand in business. And this is why we can't grow. This is why the white man is able to grow, because he understands business. He's not sitting around hating on the next man. You understand? These viewers congregate and they watch content. If you learn how to respect other men, that respect is going to come back to you. That's a principle. That's a spiritual law. But a lot of content creators don't understand that. They don't understand that. And when you're the type of brother that been putting in work, doing what you got to do for years and years, since 2006, and you got cats that act like they don't see you. They act like you don't exist. They be scared to mention your name. Sometimes you'll go into their live chat, they see you. They don't even say, yo, salute to. They don't even say that. They just act like they don't see you. Those are some hating ass ninjas. I'm just keeping it a buck. They are some of the biggest haters. And what it says is, secretly, they wish you were dead. You existing bothers them. And it be like that in these YouTube streets. Some guys just don't know how to deal with success, and they don't know how to show love. If you have your own audience, you're able to build and grow. It doesn't mean I have to agree with everything you do, but at the same time, showing respect is something that I always practice, and I always shout people out. I always do that. But see, the thing that really pisses me off about social media is that when you get to a certain level, right, all of those very same people that didn't even care to mention your name, when you start to really, really grow, all of them same people gonna be knocking at your door. Hey, yo, what up, Ringo? Yo, Ringo, yo, hey, yo, bro. No, get the fuck out of here, dog. You weren't even showing no love, bro. Like, I've been here since 2006. You now trying to... Do you see what I mean? How many of you had people like that? When you were coming up in the game, they didn't even care. Now you start shining, you start making some money, you move to a certain community, now all of a sudden you're getting phone calls. Yo, bro, what up, dog? Yo, long time. No, hang up the phone, man. They're only calling you because they see some success. Let's go.
They would not see themselves in those men, at least not enough to have empathy for the Black woman.
Yes, we would. You're misleading the people by making it seem like all Black men are hateful and hate Black women. We have brothers and sisters out here. We have aunties out here, grandmothers and mothers. So to say that is to play on the trauma of Black women that have been hurt by making them believe that no Black men will come to their rescue. That's reinforcing their fears and their trauma. And that's dangerous for someone's mental health. That is dangerous for someone's mental health, because for them to think that Black men won't support them because they're going through something is crazy. You know, Twitch didn't deserve to die because he was with a white woman. Okay, she's no good. But how many BWs got with a Black man that was no good? Or got with a white man that was no good? How many BWs at the sound of my voice viewing it live got with a white man thinking the grass was greener on the other side and turned out she ain't even like him? You don't even like him. You decided to come on back to the Black man. They ain't gonna say it, guys. They will never admit it publicly.
They will be mocking her. They will be using this story as an opportunity to disparage Black women who...
No. Why would you say they'll be using a story to disparage Black women? Why would you say that? You're like prophesying what's to come when it didn't even happen because of a few that may do such a thing. But that doesn't represent Black men as a whole. That's not helping our people to grow. It's only turning women against men. And we're going to continue to fight and argue amongst ourselves.
And marry out, they would have zero sympathy. And to be honest with you, other Black women wouldn't have any sympathy either, because Black women as a whole, we don't tend to empathize with Black women who date and marry non-Black men either. If
you see this? And this is why we can't grow, man. This is why we can't grow, man.
This were Serena Williams or some other, famous...
You see how she just said Serena Williams? Now remember the person in the chat that said Serena Williams? Okay, now you know where they got it from. You see my point, guys? You saw the person in the live chat earlier that said Serena Williams, right? You saw the influencer said Serena Williams, right? Okay, they were listening to her. And that is the results when you have been influenced. You've been programmed. The software is on your mind. So you're going to only regurgitate what you've been programmed to say and program how to think.
This Black woman who was married to a white man, the commentary on YouTube would be off the chain right now. And it would be coming from everywhere. Black women, Black men in the manosphere.
I'm not in no manosphere. Let me make that very publicly clear. I'm not in no manosphere or any fair or whatever they call it, because this is typical on social media. A lot of Black women try to throw men in what is known as the manosphere, right? Let me do something real quick. Let me see. Let me go to my community section. Now watch this, guys. Watch this. I want to post this receipt real quick because I need to make that very clear. Right now, watch this. I'm going to add something to the screen so I can substantiate all my points, because I know how B-dubs can be. They will try to associate me to this, what is known as a manosphere, right? Let me add this receipt to the screen so that we can clear that up right away, because I know how these YouTube streets are, right? Watch this. Okay. Now check this out, guys. This post is in my community section right now. It's in my community section. Check this out. 4 years ago, what did I say? 4 years ago, that was posted, right? You see that? It says, for the record, I am not a part of any black manosphere or a part of any group or social club on YouTube with all of these clowns, I guess, who think they control this space. Don't associate me with any content creators who aren't following the Most High in spirit and in truth. I'm about family building, creativity, and speaking truth for my people. I'm not into no red pill, blue pill, black pill, or any pills. I'm into the Bible and the laws of the Most High. I'm about teaching men to be men and teaching women to know their purpose. Made a video years about learning, about letting people know I'm not a part of any manosphere, but for some reason, people think because I'm a black man that I'm automatically associated with this manosphere BS. Although I speak on issues concerning black people, that doesn't mean you associate me with a so-called manosphere. I was here before any black manosphere from 2006. And been speaking on real issues before any so-called black content creator. I'm a one-man army and will always be that way, because these YouTube streets are filled with demons, haters, backbiters, liars, users, and hypocrites. Peace. So I hope that that clears the air on any bochinche and gossip that come from these YouTube streets. Don't associate me with nobody. All right? Now, let's get back to the tapes. Do what we got to do. Let's go.
And they would be dragging that woman for filth and mocking her for marrying a white man and leaving her wealth and her legacy with a white man.
See? So in her mind, what she's basically saying is that black men would be dragging a black woman and mocking her and doing all this other stuff. That's what she's focused on. She's not focusing on anything positive. She's not focusing on our community growing. She's not focusing on black love and relationships and us, you know, loving one another and being cool with one another. No, she's not focused on that. Focus on negativity. Negativity only breeds negativity. That's all it does. When are we going to be positive? It's 2025. We're adults. When are we going to move on? When are we going to stop hating one another? When are black men and black women going to say, look, let's stop the BS, man. We're lonely people. We're miserable. And we're all out here fighting all day long. And influencers are not helping us. They're just helping us to be poisoned. This is crazy work, man. That's why I'm always fair and balanced with my content, because I'm trying to bring awareness to the bigger issue. You have a man that died. Twitch boss died. He was murdered. A woman is exploiting his life, destroying his legacy. And rather than this woman have a positive outlook on life, she's basically saying, hey, black woman, Twitch boss's death, it's not your responsibility. You don't need to be out there defending him. He made his choice. That's the results. That's crazy work.
Black women would not hear the end of that. Do you hear me? And so far on this situation, where's the manosphere? Where are all the red pill girlies? All the girlies who try to scare Black women out of dating white men. Where are all the think pieces? It's too quiet for me on YouTube. I'm sorry, but it is. And they'll probably make videos now after I said something.
I'm making one. I'm making a video. Ringo TV is. And my video is real. This is a real video. This is a video coming from a mature man, a family man. A man with the credentials and credibility. A man with a real family. That understand Black love. That understand what it means to raise children. A real man. A man who stand up for Black men and Black women. So what are they going to say now? Are they going to say I'm a monster? Are they going to say, oh, I'm an evildoer, I'm this, I'm that, all this negative stuff? Or are they going to focus on the positivity? And again, where is the justice for the Black woman that was murdered by the white man? Where is that? Because I'm not here to focus on all of this negative nonsense. I don't got time for all of that stuff. Life is short. People are dying every day. Influencers are dying. Today you have an influencer here, tomorrow they're gone. When are we going to grow up? When are we going to mature as a people? When are Black influencers going to stop the hatred, the poison, the toxicity? When are we going to stop that and actually focusing on building our people up? Because telling Black women these things, all that does, it reinforces their trauma. It reinforced their hatred for Black men. That's not helping us to grow. And I can guarantee you, all of the women that are listening to her, none of them have a husband. None of them. There's no way you could be a Black woman, listening to that rhetoric, have a husband at home, and think that way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you can have a quality man at home, listen to that mess, and go out there and think that way. There's no way. Not if you have a man, a husband. So the ones who are thinking like that, they don't have a relationship, guys. They don't. Just like Black men that sit online bashing women all day, hating women all day, none of those guys have an actual woman that they're with or that they can see. They don't. That's why they're upset. If I could take every man that's on social media that is frustrated with women and hook him up with a fine sister, that man would not be on YouTube in the comments or chat rooms angry at women. He'll be too busy with his woman. He'll be too busy because he got somebody and he's happy. It is the men that are unhappy, that don't have nothing, no love, that are angry with women all day. Now, again, there's a difference between teaching Black men the ins and outs of dating, the pitfalls, how to avoid certain things with women, giving them game to how to move, how to function in society as a man. That's one thing. I'm talking about men that just sit around bashing women for no reason. I'm talking about a man that is literally belittling a good woman. If a woman is out there in the streets and that's her lifestyle, and a man call out what she is, that's not bashing a woman, because that's who she is. If a woman is on OnlyFans shaking tail and a man is talking about what she's doing, he's not bashing her. He's literally speaking the truth about what she's doing. I'm talking about men that just bash women just to belittle them, to put them down. That particular kind of man is mad because he don't got a woman right now. He's sexually frustrated. If you were to give him a woman, he'll stop talking. I'm telling you. If a man is hungry And he's sitting there begging, I want some food, man. Yo, I can't stand. You give him a plate of food, he's going to stop. Why? Because he's hungry. So if a man is arguing about women all day going crazy, because he's thirsty. He want to smash. He's just not able to get it. Same thing with a woman. If a woman is bashing men all day, men ain't this, men ain't that, all day long, because she don't got a man, but she really want a man. And the guy that she's bashing is more likely the man she want, but he don't want her. So she's mad at everybody because he don't want to choose her. That's why she's upset. Because the man that she want, he don't want her. And he chose another woman, and if he ever chose a white woman, she's going to be even more mad with him.
But we all know that if the genders were reversed, oh my God, like it would just be so many videos right now. That alone shows you why this is not Black women's fight. And ladies, you also need to ask yourself, if Stephen was alive, would he cape for a deceased Black woman whose legacy was being tarnished by her white husband? I highly doubt it.
You see what she just did? That's wrong. Because Stephen Twitch Boss spoke out for Black women. This is where she is wrong. Yo. Did y'all see what she just did? Stephen Twitch Boss spoke out for Black women. Stephen Twitch Boss spoke out for Black women who died, fam. What she did there is sad, guys. She owed the Boss family an apology, dog, for real. Stephen Twitch Boss spoken out multiple times for Black women who lost their lives. Look at the chat, they telling you. But you said he won't do that. To all the Black women that listen to that woman, she's wrong. She's wrong. Because Stephen Twitch Boss stood up for Black women. He did. Multiple times. She just didn't do the research, guys. This is what happens when you do content and you don't do the research. This is what happens when you speak too soon and didn't do your due diligence of studying the likes of Stephen Twitch Boss. Because he did speak up for Black women. He did. If I was to go to his Instagram right now, I'll find something. Let me see if I could do that. Let me see if I could. Because I would have to literally scroll through some of his older videos, guys. Because he did speak on these issues, man. And this was so sad, man. She said that he didn't. I'm kind of looking through some of these, see if I can find an old one. Because there's so many different points that he made. I just don't want the music to come in. Let me see. I don't know if music is going to come in. I would probably have to get that in a separate video. But the live chat, they know already. He spoke up for the injustices of Black women that got gunned down by police, everything. He spoke on all these issues. His fans know that. But the influencer in question, she spoke too soon. She spoke in too soon, man. She said that the man wouldn't speak up for Black women. That's so wrong.
Just be so many videos right now. That alone shows you why this is not Black women's fight. And ladies, you also need to ask yourself, if Stephen was alive, would he cape for a deceased Black woman?
Why is someone in the chat telling me, dude, I got a husband for 25 years. I don't care. Why are you telling me for?
Whose legacy was being tarnished by her white husband? I highly doubt it. So I don't believe in black women caping for anyone that would likely never cape for them.
See, that's wrong. Because Twitch boss, he is not about caping, but he actually spoke up for black women. He did this. But you're telling your viewers that he wouldn't. And what this tells me is that either your viewers don't know who Twitch is and don't really care, and for them this is entertainment to see another black man die, but a real fan of Twitch know exactly what he's done. He spoke up on behalf of black women already multiple times. You know? Somebody says something you'd probably never see. What is the matter with that person? I have a wife. I have 4 daughters. I don't know what they're trying to prove, but I really don't care. I don't know you. Let's get back to the tapes.
And I did see some black women telling other black women that this isn't our fight. So I will give those black women credit. I saw a lot of black women like that in the comment section. So I will acknowledge that I am seeing more black women burn the cape. I think a lot more of us are getting the message. But in my opinion, there are still way too many black women caping for Stephen and trying to protect his legacy. So this message is for them. And one thing that I saw that is really embarrassing and cringy is the black women who are trying to use this situation to basically scare black men into dating black women only. They're basically trying to do the same thing the black community does to black women. Oh, this is what happens when you date out. This is what happens when you date a white man. Y'all are basically trying to do that with black men. And that to me is so embarrassing because, ladies, nothing is going to stop black men from dating and marrying out if that's what they want to do. And that
You see how she's talking, guys? I mean, and the women are just eating it up. They're just eating up that mess, and it's just sad, man. It's just negativity, man. It's like, it's just negativity. In other words, what she's basically saying is that black women are like trying to make black men feel like afraid of dating white women. Like, oh, if you do that, you might end up like Twitch. So you should get with a black woman. But the truth is, the black woman don't even want the black man. Because if she did, she would gravitate towards him. I always say this all the time. If a black woman want you, she'll come to you. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with this internet, man. This thing is bugging out. It might end up resetting. So you might see something happen. It might reset by itself. If a black woman want you, she will gravitate to you automatically. You know? It's not like black men are out here trying to get with a white woman every day. I don't know where they get that stuff from. Black men typically are trying to get with black women, but the truth is black women don't even want black men. I mean, it's a funny game, man. It's really, it's why I keep telling men to focus on their goals, their gifts, their talent, you know, stuff like that. Because if you're trying to focus on the whole dating thing and you haven't really built yourself up as a man, you're going to get yourself frustrated. So it's better to just kind of get in the classroom, man. Focus on your goals, your purpose, and stop focusing on dating for a year or two. Get yourself together, and then later on, you deal with those issues. But right now, it's like a lot of times women talk one thing, but they really don't want you. If they did, they'll just holler at you. I mean, if a woman like a guy, it don't take that long. All you gotta do is just reach out and say, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such and such. I'm feeling you. You know? Simple as that. That's all she gotta do. You know? Put a 1 in the chat if the stream is still up, because I told you it was gonna reset. I told you it was gonna happen. It did. It just reset it by itself. So put a 1 in the chat if it's still on. Yeah, like I'm saying, if a woman like you and she think you're a cool brother, she'll reach out and say, hey, my name is such and such and such. How you doing? You know, I've been checking you out. Boom, boom, boom. And one thing will lead to another. Before you know it, you and her kicking it. You know what I mean? It don't take that long for a black woman to holler at a man. The problem is she don't want you. The problem is she's afraid to even talk to you. She's afraid. You know, 99.9% of the time, she figure, well, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to wait for him to say something to me. I don't understand that kind of world you live in. If you see a man you like, you're supposed to say something. If you want a job, the job don't come to you. You got to file and fill out the application. You know, that's how you get the job. You know what I'm saying? The jobs don't come to you. You got to go get the job. That's just the way it goes. Right? Let's go.
Fear-mongering only works on black women. Only black women let the black community scare us into limiting our options to black men only. Black men will never fall for that, ladies. They're going to date whoever they want and still continue to marry out despite them choosing poorly and despite them dealing with women like Allison Holker.
Now think about it. What kind of women is she talking to? Single women with no husband, no man. If any of those women have a man, they would not be wasting their time listening to that. They'll be too busy focusing on their husband. They ain't listening to all of that mess. They're like, listen, I got my man. I'm good. Y'all here with all this negative stuff about men and dating white women and this and that. Man, if you like a brother, go holler. If you see a man you liking, go get him. And stop all of this nonsense about blah, blah, blah and all this mess. We got to stop these games, man.
In fact, they're still going to defend women like Allison and tell you that black women do the same thing to black men. And some of them, I even saw in the comment section, are saying that black women are worse. And this is part of why I think that black women are more vocal about this than black men. It's because they don't care like that.
What? Black women are not more vocal about the Twitch boss situation? Everybody's speaking about it. It's not black women. You got white women talking. You got white men talking. You got everybody talking. This is a big topic. This ain't no a black woman topic. You got every ethnic group talking about this. She's focused only on black women, guys. She's making it seem like black women are the only ones out here talking. White women are not, white men are not, and black men are not. Just black women.
The way they see this is that this is one individual white woman that is tarnishing her black man's legacy. This is not all white women. This is not all non-black women. All of them will not do this to a black man. That is their mindset. And that is the mindset that black women should also have when it comes to dating non-black men. So ladies, instead of trying to use this story to scare black men out of swirling, you need to be taking notes. The next time there is a swirling gone wrong story involving a black woman.
She called it a swirling gone wrong story. You see that mentality? A swirling gone wrong story? So what about a black man and a black woman story? What about when that goes wrong? What is that called? What is that called? So if a black man gets with a black woman, he's dating her and their relationship falls apart. What do we call that? So it's only if you're dating outside your race and it goes wrong, it's a relationship gone wrong. But if it's a black man, black woman, then what? Because the majority of the women that she's communicating to, they've dated nothing but black men and none of their relationships worked. So what's the difference?
And a non-black man, and all these black men come out and try to scare you and say, oh, this is what's going to happen to you if you date out. You need to respond how they are responding to this situation. Oh, that's not all white men. That's that one. And black men do it too, and they're just as bad. And you need to be virtually silent about it as well.
See, she want you to look, ladies, if you're a black woman and you're listening, understand something. You're listening to a man who is a family man, a man who have a black wife, a man who have 4 daughters. That woman that you're listening to, she's leading you astray. She's literally teaching you to think like her. Do you have your own brain? You're a woman, right? Okay. Think logically for yourself. Do you think that it's good? Do you think that it's okay to say the things that she's saying regarding Twitch? That because he's with a white woman, it is not your responsibility to get involved to secure his legacy. It's not your responsibility because he chose to get with a white woman. Does that make sense? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. As a black woman, you're supposed to stand up for your people. Doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter what the story is. We have a black man who was murdered. He didn't kill himself. But she believes the narrative. She believed that Twitch was allegedly on drugs. She believed that he allegedly killed himself. She believes that narrative. She's not the one who's breaking down this story. She's not invested in this situation with Twitch and Allison. She's listen, she see these YouTube streets. She know the game. She see who's making these videos. So she's like, look, I can't talk about this Twitch boss situation because I don't really got no information. I'm not as knowledgeable about what's really going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go against the grain. Black women, hey, this is not your fight. Stay out of it. That's basically what she's saying. This man lost his life spinning in his grave because he would have never thought that the woman he loved. Now think about this, guys. Twitch really loved Allison. He really did. She just didn't love him. She never loved him. He married a demon. And I think that the industry brought her to him and made them link up. I think that was a industry wedding because we broke that video down when they first met. Remember when Twitch got on his knee and asked for her hand in marriage? Remember that, guys? We talked about that in a video already. We broke that video down. The way that whole video was set up, that was an industry wedding, guys. They did that on purpose.
Let black men do all the talking and all the fear mongering. You don't need to make videos or make commentary trying to scare black women out of swirling because it's a swirling gone wrong story.
Come on now. We still talking about swirling, fam? It is 2025 and people still talking about, do we still use that word? We haven't grown up yet. I mean, that's so 19 what? I mean, when that word came out? That's like 2015. When was the swirling years on YouTube? That was what, 2015, 2016, 17, somewhere around there. Y'all still talking about that? Do we still use that word? Fam, I haven't said that word in a long time. Swirling? That's old news, fam. You know what that's kind of remind me of? How many of you ever had those friends that they went to prison, right? They did like about 15 years in the pen, got out, and was like, yo, so-and-so still live there? Yo, he owed me $10. You ever had them friends that went and did time like 10 years, 8 years? They came back to the block. You done moved. You done moved on, got married, had some kids. And bruh, man, seeing you in the street. Hey, yo, what up, bro?
Yo, what up, bruh?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yo, Derek's still there at the crib? You know that over there in the block?
Nah, dog. Yo, he moved already, man.
He don't live at apartment 4C? Yo, he owe me $10, dog. Yo, I just got out the pen.
You ever have neighbors and friends like that? They crazy, man. It's like they living way back in the day somewhere. That's how I'm seeing this situation. They're talking about swirling. Like, this is crazy, man. Swirling? I ain't know people still swirl. That's what they called it back in the day, man.
And I keep saying that black men are so much smarter than black women in this area. That interracial dating fear-mongering does not work with black men at all. A lot of us don't fall for the fear-mongering anymore. A lot of us are still swirling it up. We don't care about the fear-mongering. But I'm trying to help more black women adopt that mindset, even if you don't swirl.
She's trying to help black women to adapt that mindset, guys. Programming.
If you only date and marry black men, still don't participate in the fear-mongering, because guess what? The black men who date black women and marry black women, most of them aren't trying to scare black men out of dating non-black women. They let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. And think about it, black women. Why would you even want men that you have to scare into dating you exclusively?
Listen, I don't know what kind of madness is this where everybody is scaring each other to date them. If you're a woman and you like a particular brother, why don't you stop playing games and be a grown woman and holla? Like, I don't get this madness y'all be doing. Like, y'all be sitting there liking a brother, but don't say nothing to a brother. You don't even introduce yourself. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? Been checking you out. Whoopity whoop. You know what I mean? Maybe we can have a conversation, chit chat a little bit, you know. They don't even know how to do that. Listen to what she's telling the women. In other words, stop trying to fearmonger men into dealing with black women. What are you talking about? If you want this brother, just holla. Say what it is. Stop playing these games, man. Y'all be playing too much, man.
It's pathetic. I'm sorry. And also, why would you want a black woman to endure the struggles of being with mentally ill black men?
Notice what she said. Mentally ill black men.
Like Steven.
Like Steven. See how she just disrespected him?
Allegedly had a substance addiction. It's just so sad to me that most black women would rather see a black woman struggle.
She just basically said the man was mentally ill, guys. You see what I mean about no empathy for this man at all? Like, they don't even care, man. Like, this is crazy, man. How you gonna say these things like that? She just says it cold.
And think about it, black women. Why would you even want men that you have to scare into dating you exclusively? That is pathetic. I'm sorry. And also, why would you want a black woman to endure the struggles of being with mentally ill black men like Steven?
Like Steven. That's misleading. How you gonna say that? Mentally ill men like him. That's so disrespectful, man. And this is what a lot of women are following? Come on now, man. If you're a black woman, you're supposed to be like, look, that's not nice. Come on now. That's not nice. Where is the proof that he have mental illness? Where is the proof of that? Where are the facts that she can say it is proven that Steven Twitch Boss has mental illness? That's false information, man. That's not truth. You're just saying that.
Who allegedly had a substance addiction.
And she's following the narrative of the widow. She's following the same narrative, guys. Pushing the same lie. Just because she says allegedly don't mean anything. She's pushing the same thing as Miss Halker. You see that? Same thing.
It's just so sad to me that most black women would rather see a black woman struggle with a black man than see him with a non-black woman. Why do y'all want a black woman to struggle with men who are addicts that want to unalive themselves?
Men that are addicts that want to unalive themselves. So in her mind, she believed that Twitch deleted himself. She believed that. And she believed he had mental illness. This is crazy, man. And if anyone have any interviews with Allison Hawker, besides the People magazine one, I got that one already. But if there was any older interviews with her, send them to my Instagram at Ringo TV Raw on Instagram. Ringo TV Raw. Together, one word, Ringo TV Raw on Instagram. If there's any interviews, like interviews that she may have done with whoever, because there's a lot of information that's out there. I know she did a couple of interviews, and I know she want to promote that book, and she probably spoke on different issues months ago or within the time frame after Twitch boss died. So I need those interviews if you have them, the full interviews, right? Let's get back to the tape.
That kind of relationship will be traumatic for anyone. I don't care how much money they have. And I don't wish that on any woman and her children, especially a black woman, because black women been through enough. And I'm not saying that Allison had it the worst. Stephen was a high-earning man. He was doing very well for himself. But to my understanding, she went right back to white men a year and a half after Stephen passed. And now she's having to sell a tacky tell-all book to get money. And she's subjecting herself to a lot of scrutiny in the process. This is not just tarnishing Stephen's legacy, it's tarnishing hers as well. So,
well, we know that already because she's with a married man. That guy is married. So she's in adultery. You understand? But that's not the issue. We understand what you're trying to do. You don't really like her either. But my point is, you're recruiting women by telling them it is not their responsibility to get involved or to help protect Twitch's legacy or any of that stuff. That's uncalled for. There's no need for that. If you want to do that, then that's your prerogative. You know what I mean? If you don't feel the need, then hey, that's your thing. But to influence women as a whole, black women, to target them alone, not white women, but black women, and suggest that it's not their responsibility, is to put a bad seed out there. Because what this is going to do, you have to think about the consequences. Just like how you said, these are the consequences. So I need for you to understand, and she know who she is. The consequences that you are literally planting here is you're telling women not to do this, not to do that. There's a consequence for this, because what black men are going to say to themselves is, you know what? If I see a black woman being beat in the street, I'm not helping her. If I see a black woman in a domestic issue, some sort of situation, I'm not getting involved. And I'm talking about within reason. Because if you as a woman is in a relationship with a demon, and your parents, your cousins, and everybody done told you to leave that ninja, and you still with him, and he beating your ass, don't expect a black man to come be a captain saver and take you out of that situation. You understand me? Because we're not gonna die trying to save you when you're rebellious and wicked. We're not doing that. You know what I mean? What we're talking about is, by you trying to influence women not to take any responsibility in being positive about this situation, it has consequences. What it's going to do is going to make black men, if they see situations with black women dying at the hands of white men, Asian men, or whatever, it's going to make them turn a blind eye to it. And then when they do that, guess what you're going to do? You're going to say, see, black men ain't ish. See what I mean? That's all it's going to do. You're going to have a lot of black men. Matter of fact, just by me playing this video clip, black men that are watching this right now, they already done decided. They already said to themselves, I'm done. That's all they needed to hear. Once they heard that, you made it bad for our women. And this is why I say social media is dangerous, man. Because there's a lot of black men that are listening to this live right now, and they're listening to the way you are conducting yourself regarding the Twitch boss situation, and they're saying to themselves, if I hear a story about a black woman dying at the hands of a white man, I don't care, because it's not my responsibility. And now what that did, it made it more difficult for black women to interact with black men because of you. Those are the consequences. Don't get mad. Those are the consequences. You know? Black men are going to be like, look, forget about it. You know? I mean, I'm going to always be fair and balanced because this is who I am, but I can't control all the men on social media. They're going to do what they want to do. You know? If they feel they want to pump and dump women, they just want to sleep around, dog women out, they're going to do whatever they're going to do regardless of what I say. I can try my best to lead brothers the right way, but if they're seeing you publish poison, messing up these women's minds, these guys are like, look, man, Ringo, I appreciate you, bro, but at the same time, dog, I'm just, hey, I'm done, bro. Like, I appreciate the content, appreciate the wisdom, but you know how it is, and I can't even blame them. I can't even blame them. Some of these brothers, man, they don't even want to be like that. You got a lot of brothers that love black women with all their heart, all their soul, all their mind. And when they see content like this, man, it just sends us, you know, it just puts us in a bad place, man, because like we trying to love these sisters. We trying to love black women. We trying to show respect. We trying to do all these different things. But it's like anytime a brother does that, we get disrespected. Anytime we try to show grace, anytime we try to put up, you know, give you an olive branch, we're met with disrespect. We're met with who cares? He's with a white woman. I mean, that's why I say, guys, man, focus on your purpose, man. Just focus on your purpose, the thing you do best, man, as a man. And stop be out here tripping over women, bro. I told you already, if a woman like you, dog, she gonna holler, period. That's all she gonna do. But as of now, I suggest you brothers just focus on your grind, do the thing that you do, and leave women alone, bro. Like, just leave them alone. Focus on your gifts. Build yourself up as a man. If a woman is feeling you, she got a mouth. She know how to talk. She'll say something. But don't be thirsty. Don't be out here chasing skirts and doing all of that dumb stuff, because, to be honest, like I said, guys, the best kind of woman is a woman who chooses you. The best kind of woman to be with is a woman who hollered at you, a woman that literally came to you and said, hey, I'm really liking you. And that's the kind of woman you want. The woman that you got to chase around, she already was running from you. So she don't want you. Best kind of woman to deal with is the woman that chooses you, because you don't got to deal with none of the BS. She wants you. You don't got to talk much. You don't got to run no game. You don't got to take her on shopping sprees. She have already done decided that she want you. Best kind of woman to be with. You know what I mean? That's the best kind of woman, guys. Once you understand those principles, you'll be good to go. Focus on your bread, your health, fitness. You know what I'm saying? Drink some water. Eat right. Get your fruits and vegetables in. Get your little workout going. Do your push-ups. Get that cardio going. You know what I mean? Focus on the thing that earns you money and just be active with that. We're not saying never interact with women. What we're saying is to be more disciplined as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach was telling you in the video he made earlier, you know, all of us brothers done got humbled. If you watched this show earlier, he mentioned something along the lines of all of us brothers that are in our 40s, we got humbled when we were in our 20s. We learned the hard way. So it is best for you to take some of this advice, because if you don't, you're going to get humbled too. You're going to learn. You're going to realize that that woman you've been chasing around, she don't even like you. You thought she loved you? That's what you thought? Bro, she don't love you, dog. The woman who love you, oh, that's the woman that's with you when you're broke. I don't know if you know that, but the woman that really rock with you, she's the one that's with you when you don't got no money. The ultimate test for a woman is when a man is broke. That is when a man really find out who that woman is. When you got money, it's easy for a woman to submit. When you got money, it is easy for a woman to like you. Oh yeah, she's gonna dress real sexy when she around you when you got money and a nice car. Yeah, she gonna love you. But how's she gonna dress up around you when you don't got no money? Is she gonna cook for you? Come on now. How's she gonna be when you broke? If that woman is giving you hell and hot waters while you broke, you need to let her go. The woman who rock with you when you don't got a lot of money and you trying and you building yourself up as a man, that's the woman you keep. That's the woman you keep with you, dog. That's the woman you take care of. That's the woman you tell her, look, babe, right now, I may not have all the finer things in life. I may not be where I want to be, but I really appreciate the fact that you still with me, fam. Like, it really is encouraging. I'm working hard. I'm definitely going to do better. Definitely. I'm working towards these goals. That's the kind of woman you rock with, man. I'm telling you right now, dog. Like, all this stuff is going to make sense when you get older. You're going to realize that all those women you were dealing with, they weren't shit. They were just wasting your time. There was a bunch of damn baggage taking up space. Same thing with you ladies. Y'all be out here dealing with dudes that ain't shit. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't got nothing popping. He ain't doing nothing, no ambition, no goals, nothing. He just there trying to smash. And you there opening your legs. You dumb. Remember, I got 4 daughters I got to deal with. So if you think that I'm over here just talking ish about women, think again. I got 4 daughters that I got to deal with. And I got to tell them the same things I tell you. If any of my daughters go out in the world and open their legs up for some damn Pookie and Ray Ray and get caught up out there, they made their choice, fam. There's nothing I could do about it. They ain't listen to daddy. You see what I mean? Just like you ain't listen to your father. Your father tried to tell you what to do. You were rebellious. You went out there, you did your dirt, and now you paying the price, right? Now you feeling what life have to offer now. Don't cry. Daddy told you, mama told you, grandma told you. They done told you to keep your legs closed. You ain't listen. Now you crying. You know? It is what it is. All I can do is instill values. That's it. People gonna still make choices and do what they do. I cannot change all of that. You know? But this situation here, I don't like it. I really don't. It is our responsibility as a black community to always stand for truth. Doesn't matter if Twitch got with a white woman or whatever the case is. You don't know his story. Twitch probably wanted a black woman and he was rejected his whole life. Do you know how many black men get rejected by black women daily? Daily. Brother try to holler at a sister, he can't even get through. Y'all don't even want these brothers no more. A brother could be very ambitious. He's going to school. He's taking a class. He got a trade that he's working on. He see a young lady, he trying to talk to her. Hey, how you doing? My name is Jeffrey, X1. She's looking at him like, that's how she looking at him. Decent brother. He's a good man. He's a working man. He have his own place. He has a car. It ain't a luxury car, but he got a car. What is there to complain about? You say you want a good man, right? But truthfully, you don't. Because you're on social media all day and all you see is everybody living this fake lifestyle on social media. It's fake. Social media is fake. People are fake. People got bills. People are struggling. People got bills. People struggle. People be in the supermarket putting back items. They can't afford it. They got to budget their money when they're in the supermarket shopping for food. It's fake. A lot of influencers be on social media perpetrating a fraud all day. People be acting like they millionaires and rich all day. Fake. Because if they can make you believe it, it'll give them some sense of clout and importance. Stop buying these lies, man. Seeing people online all day acting like they glamorous. I'm like, listen, your life ain't like this every day. You ain't traveling every day. Stop it. All your Instagram photos of you traveling in jets and all this other stuff, stop it. Those are not real jets. You're in a studio taking photos. You're using Photoshop and green screens. Stop it. Some people get so addicted to social media, man, they just live in a lie. One big lie. until their neighbors expose them. Until their neighbor come online and be like, hey, I live right next door to that person. That person is fake. Then they really get mad. You know, it is our responsibility to stand tall and stand for the situation with Twitch. If you're a black woman, don't listen to that woman telling you it's not your responsibility in X, Y, and Z. If you're a fan of Steven Twitch Boss, or even if you're not a fan of Steven Twitch Boss, by the pure fact that this woman that is his widow is out here destroying his name and legacy, you gotta have a soul, fam. To say it's not our responsibility is coming from a place of hate. That's not coming from a place of love. You want somebody to treat your son like that, your black son? Doesn't matter who he's with. Doesn't matter if she's white or black or Asian. It doesn't matter. If your son died and you're a black woman, you would want everybody to be supportive of justice for your son. You shouldn't be saying, oh, let's pick and choose who we going to support. Well, he was with a white woman. Let's pull our support. You better hope you don't die. You better hope we don't find you in a motel. You better hope the next time you date someone, we don't hear the news about you 8 weeks later and the stench is coming from the room and they got to clean it up. They find your body and now we got to report on YouTube that an influencer was found in a motel, dead. Because if you left the earth after uttering those words, nobody ain't gonna be there to support you in your death. We're gonna say, she made a choice. She got to live with the consequences. And people are gonna be making video after video talking about your death and speaking on how you made your choice. It's not our responsibility. You better pray that don't happen. Because trust and believe me, they will be making 1,000 videos. And they wouldn't care. Because they looked at how you were and they'd be like, well, you didn't care. So don't get mad. You know? Yeah, what goes around comes around. That's why you got to be fair and balanced and you got to sow good seeds in the ground because you don't want to have negativity coming to you, man. You know, black men are supposed to love black women. Black women are supposed to love black men. We got to stop this hate. This hate is not getting us nowhere, man. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of all this hatred between black men and black women. It's one thing to criticize one another. You know, a black woman is doing some dirt and you criticizing what she's doing and you're correcting the situation. That's cool. Likewise, if a brother's doing some dirt and a woman is speaking on it from a constructive criticism point of view that adds value and education to the community, that's good. But all of this hate that we have for one another, I don't got that kind of hate, fam. As much as there's a lot of black women that do dirt, I don't got no hatred for black women as a whole. If that was the case, I would have to hate my 4 daughters. Right? If I hated black women, because, you know, this is typical things women do. When you speak on issues like this, they'll say, oh, you hate black women. They just throw the label on you. You didn't even ask for it. They'll just put the label on your back. You hate black women. You're a misogynist. You're a narcissist. You're mama black. You're gay. These are the typical things they always say. Like Kevin Samuels would say, shame, guilt, insult, and the need to be right. A very true statement. Very, very true statement, if I might say. And the thing that's crazy about this is that they're making it a white-black thing. There might be some issues between Hawker's family and Twitch Boss family, but what I'm trying to make y'all understand is if this was a black woman, I'm going to still be the same way. I want justice for Twitch. Just like I want justice for rapper Takeoff. He's a black man. He was murdered by another black man. It doesn't matter. There was no white man there. There was no white man at the bowling place. It was just nothing but black men there. And they killed a black man. You see what I mean? There was no white man there. There was no Klansmen there. It was black on black crime. So just because he dated a white woman and married her does not mean that black women should turn their backs on Twitch because he was with a white woman. So let's punish him and let's victim shame the victim. That's what you're saying? That don't make no sense, man. Again, guys, we talked earlier. I don't know if y'all seen that section, but we talked earlier about a black woman who died at the hand of a white man. And basically, they said the white guy is a good guy. Seems like a good guy. There's no need for us to investigate her death. And we were comparing that to the situation with Steven Twitch Boss. Basically, it's the same situation. And this is why they didn't question Allison, because obviously she's white. And in their eyes, she appears as a good woman. So why would we investigate a good white woman? Why? You see? Let's get back to the tape.
For her to be okay with kind of sullying her brand and her reputation and her willingness to be seen in a bad light, that tells me that whatever she got from Steven's estate wasn't enough to sustain the lifestyle that she was accustomed to before he passed. So look how she ended up. Again, she's certainly not in the worst position, but not the best either. So when women do things like this, you can kind of tell that, you know, the financial situation, it may not be bad, but it ain't what it used to be. That's what it's given. And how much you want to bet that Allison will probably never date another black man again? And I did look up her new man, her white man, and he is successful.
She was dating a black man, and it is alleged that she was dating Twitch's friend. That's right. It is alleged that Miss Hulker was dating Twitch's friend. I have the video. I just got to set it up and find it and do a video about it. But it is alleged that right after Twitch died, she allegedly was dating his friend. That's nasty work. That's disgusting work, man. And that's why I be telling you brothers, man, sometimes your friend be waiting right there to smash your woman. You be thinking that the friend be really rocking with you. Nah, man. A lot of these friends be ready to lay pipe on your woman back. They be ready, man. So you got to watch out with that.
But his net worth was nowhere to be found. I doubt.
Meaning the white guy that Allison is with, his net worth, was nowhere to be found.
He's as rich as Steven was. So this kind of goes back to what I said in my last video about how certain non-black women just don't have the same options in their own community. And so they choose black men because they have higher value with them. But then what happens is they come to the black community and end up struggling with the black man, if not materially, then mentally and emotionally. And then they go right back to their own community when it's all said and done, because they found out it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. So essentially, black women, you're competing with these non-black women for a life of struggle in some capacity when you compete with them for black men. Because that is what this is. You know, when I see black women saying, oh, well, this is why you should choose a black woman to marry, it's competition. And it's like, girl, no. If non-black women want to participate in the struggle and live the lives that a lot of black women are living with black men, let them do it. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of black women are cool with struggling with a black man as long as they can say they have a black man. And to me, that is sad. And unfortunately, what I'm saying right now is gonna go through one ear and out the other with some black women, because a lot of y'all are cool with the struggle. As long as you can say you have a black man and that black man did not choose a non-black woman over you, you're cool with struggling. You'll take the mentally ill drug addict as long as you can say.
Why is it that BWs like her are always fixated on black men dealing with white women? Like, this is all on her mind, man. Like what black man get up in the morning every day saying, you know what, I got to get me a white woman? Like, who does that? What black man get up in the morning and be like, I just gotta get a white woman? With all these sisters out here with these wagons, you bugging. All these fine sisters out here. Don't let me start to preach. Have you ever seen a sister that was looking real good and you knew there was a God? You ever saw a sister like that? You ever walked into a store and saw a black woman and you was like, my God. You knew there was a God. So you saw that wagon and that thing was looking real good. You just wanted to touch it. You ever see a sister wagon and you just want to touch it a little bit? But you knew you would get in trouble. But you just looked at it and you was like,
damn, man. That wagon looking kind of good, bro. Man, I would really like to touch that thing. Hey, sister, how you doing? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You talking to me? Yeah, girl, I'm talking to you. I was behind you watching. You was behind me? Yeah, I was looking at that thing. You know, that maxi dress you got on, it's looking real good. You like my maxi dress? Girl, I'm loving it. What's your name, girl? Oh, my name is Charlene. Charlene. My name is Ringo. Ringo? Oh, you that guy from YouTube?
I don't know, man. It's crazy out here, man. Let's get back to the tape.
You have a black man. There are way too many black women who reek of desperation. And as a black woman, I get secondhand embarrassment watching y'all literally beg them to be loyal to you. And
See, this is rhetoric when you don't have a man. I got to say what needs to be said, man. Listen, why would you be embarrassed for them? This is crazy. It's like trying to make women just be angry with men. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see what this is. Let me see if I can get the women to be angry with men. And then when you look at the comments, they all in there going crazy. If you read the comments under that video, man, you'll be like, bro, wow. There's no love. There's no love, man. And it's like, it discourages you, man, because I could be teaching black men, hey, you need to, settle down, build a family. First, focus on your business, your career, whatever it is you got to do as a man. And then you find yourself a woman, do X, Y, and Z, boom, boom, boom. But when you see those comments, man, and you see what's going on, man, that stuff discourages you from everything, man. It's like, man, I got to make like 30 videos teaching men why they shouldn't get married. For real, man, because it's like you're looking at what you got to work with and it's like, damn, man, these are our women. There's no hope. I can't teach these brothers go wife up these women, bro. I can't. That would be destruction, man. Like, I can't do that, man. With the climate of the way the world is right now, can't recommend that, man. It's wild, man. Because like you have brothers that want to settle down, meet women, but the way our women are programmed, they're just thinking about money. It's like how much money he got. Do he got this?
Girl. You know, I found me a man today. Yeah, girl, I found me a man today. I was at Walmart doing my regular shopping. And you know this man, he just come from behind me and tapped me on my shoulder, talking about, hey, pretty lady. So I turned around and I'm like, okay now. He was kind of handsome. And, you know, I just gave him my phone number. You gave him your phone number? But I thought you were celibate. Girl, I am celibate. But I need some too. I need some too. Do he got a friend? Well, I'm gonna call him tonight. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask him, because you know, we could probably have like a double date. Oh, a double date? That sounds good. I always wanted to be on a double date. You know what, girl? Hold on a second. I think that's him calling me right now. Hello?
Hey, babe, how you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm here with my friend.
Your friend? Oh, who that?
My friend, you know, the one that I showed you the picture with. She's on my Instagram photos.
Oh, yeah. I know who that is.
I was just wondering, do you have any friends that are single? Girl, tell him about me. Tell him I got a wagon. And I got pretty toes. And nice breasts. Don't pay her no mind.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got my brother, you know what I'm saying?
You got a brother?
Yeah, I'm a twin. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying not to laugh.
Cringe seeing black women, and especially unambiguous dark-skinned black women, protecting black men that don't even choose black women or choose to share their wealth with a woman who looks like you. And I'm not saying you should be mad about who they choose at all, but like I keep saying, I want us to get to a place of indifference. Stop feeling the need to protect black men who get screwed over by their non-black women. When you are truly indifferent, you don't feel the need to protect them. Allison is who Steven chose, and what's happening now are the consequences of his choice.
You see her mentality, guys? That's sick, man. If that's the consequences of his choice, then the black woman who died while meeting a white man on a dating app, then that would mean that was her choice, and those are the results for dating a white man. So are we going to now conclude that if you date outside your race and die, that it's your fault because of who you dated? Then we should feel the same way if a black man date a black woman or if a black woman date a black man. We should not cry about it. It was their choice. These are some crazy things that she's saying, man.
It's not your fight, and you get absolutely nothing by attacking Allison on his behalf.
Oh, so basically what she's saying is how everybody's giving Allison pushback. Don't join in that. In other words, don't critique Allison. She's good. So she supports Allison. She's basically saying Allison is without fault. You get no reward for giving her pushback. That's crazy, y'all. Wow. That's amazing.
Y'all need to burn the cape. So I spoke on this way longer than I thought I would. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Also be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.
That's crazy, guys. And again, if what she's saying is true, if what she's saying is true, then the story with this situation here, hold on, let me get it real fast. Here we go. Where is it? What the hell?
Tonight, new developments in the death of a 23-year-old black woman who died after a dating app meetup. After protesters demanded answers, marching on what would have been Lauren Smithfield's 24th birthday Sunday, carrying balloons to mark the occasion. Smithfields was found unresponsive in her apartment December 12th. Her family now filing a notice of claim, a first step in preparing to sue the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut for its, quote, racially insensitive handling of Smithfield's sudden passing.
I mean, whatever happened that night, we want to know. And we want to feel like that they care as much as we care.
She was found by a man she allegedly met on the dating app Bumble, according to a police incident report provided by the family attorney. The man is 37 years old and white, according to public record, and he called the police, according to the incident report.
Now think about that, guys. You have this chocolate sister, all of that black woman, all gone. She went on a dating app, saw Chad, said she want him, chose him over the black man, got together, went in bed, did whatever they had to do, turn up dead. You know what they said? They didn't even question the white guy. They said that he's such a good guy, there's no need to investigate. She ended up dead. They never investigated the situation. They said that he's a good guy and they don't need to.
When he says he woke up next to her and she was not breathing.
The man who found Lauren is not currently considered a person of interest. What is the family's response to that?
The family is very insulted by that. They weren't looked at as a person of interest, and we feel that it's racially motivated.
Tonight, her death ruled an accident by the Connecticut chief medical examiner.
Wow, an accident.
The cause of death is multiple drugs, including fentanyl and alcohol. According to
It's always fentanyl and alcohol. They always say that, guys. Every time somebody died, they always say there was some fentanyl and alcohol. Always.
Police report the man told police that the night before, the two were drinking tequila and Smithfields became ill and, quote, went to the bathroom to vomit. They continued drinking and she fell asleep. The report makes no reference to the two having sexual relations that night. The man says he heard Smithfield snoring around 3:30 a.m. When police arrived before 7 a.m., she had been, quote, dead for at least an hour or more and had dried blood in and around her right nostril.
That wasn't no damn snoring. That was death. That was death, fam. I forgot what they call that, man, because when my mom passed away of cancer, we spoke to her the day before she passed. We already knew she was going to pass. We already knew. She ain't have much time. But we wanted to see her and kind of just hang with her a little bit and cry a little bit. You know how that is. But she already passed by the time we got to the house. And it looked like she's in a state of sleep. And you can hear her like sleep, and it sounds like she's breathing. It sounds like she's snoring, but really, that's the body transitioning. That's you transitioning from the land of the living to death. The death snore. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's like a rattle breathing. Yeah, there you go. It's weird, man. The death rattle. Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. That's what that guy was hearing. She wasn't snoring. She was already dead. She was already gone. You know what I mean? That was the spirit transitioning out of the body.
The family is alleging a racially insensitive handling of the case, that their civil rights were violated. What exactly are you referring to?
We know that we seen the response that the nation has given to Gabby Petito when she went missing. We don't have anything that comes even close to that in this particular case.
Their attorney says the family found a note with a phone number on Smithfield's door around 7:30 p.m. the next day. The landlord notified them of her death.
And they're told there's nothing to investigate. He seems like a nice guy.
Wow. There's nothing to investigate. He seems like a nice guy. That's what they said, fam. And she looked good, bruh. Like for real, for real. And she turned up dead at the hands of a white man. Nobody investigated it because they said he's such a nice guy, such a nice young man. He couldn't do anything. So we're going to have to just let him go. Ain't that something? And they never investigated this. So I want to know, should black men be cruel? Should black men mock her death because she was with a white man? Wouldn't that be cruel? Wouldn't that be heartless? If I did that, all the women would hate me. They would be like, nah, Ringo, man, I was rocking with you, bruh, but you trying to recruit men to say forget about her because that would be cruel. That would be bad business. So what do you think concerning the situation with the black woman who made that video trying to recruit black women to say forget about Steven Twitch boss? He chose that woman, so it is what it is. Come on now. Shout out to Sean the Navigator. Says exactly, Ringo. The same thing with my mom. When she passed, the day she passed, she had already passed before I made it. Yeah, hey, I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling, man. I was all messed up. All messed up. I just spoke to my mom, dog. Just spoke to my mom the day before, and she sounded healthy and good. We knew she was going to pass. We all knew. The family knew. We all knew. We just wanted to be there in time, and she was like, "Come by." So we was like, "Okay, we're going to be there in the afternoon the next day." And then when we got there, she was already gone. You know, she was already gone, man, and it really messed me up. It really messed me up, bro. Worst day ever. Worst day ever. And I even tried to go to work the next day. I was at work and I was all messed up. Supervisor told me, "Hey, bro, go home." Go home. He saw me sitting down by the corner and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "My mom passed away." He was like, "Bro, go clock out, go home. You good." He already knew. He already knew what it was. He ain't even try to say, "Oh, you ain't working. What are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. He already done knew. I'm one of the best workers that was at the job. You see me in the corner looking all messed up. He already knew something wasn't right. And this is why if you're a supervisor, you have to always be, what's the word? You have to understand your staff. You have to know your workers and be very careful how you approach them, because if the supervisor would have came to me with any nonsense while I was like that, we would have been fighting. We would have been fighting. It would have been a problem. But he came by, saw the way I was looking. He was like, "You all right? Hey, if you're not feeling well, you know what I'm saying, you just clock out and head on home." He said, "You want to talk about it? Like, what's going on?" And I told him, I was like, "Yo, my mom passed away, bro." He was like, "Yo, my condolences. Hey, take as much time as you need. You know, we here. It is what it is." And that was that. You know what I mean? Because he understood the situation. You know what I'm saying? Not like some of these supervisors that be stupid. You know? But yeah. A lot of you folks out there that lost a mom or a dad, y'all know how that feeling is. It's not a good feeling. It messes you up. You know? Especially if you had a good relationship with your mom or dad. That will really give you a different perspective on life. Some people never really experience these things. That's why when I look at this situation with Twitch boss mom hurting because of what Allison is doing, when I look at her, it's like I see my mom. Because my mom died in her early 60s, like mid to early 60s, somewhere around there. So when I look at her, it's like I'm looking at her like mom, and she's hurting because this woman is over here doing dirt on this man's dead body, and everybody's acting like this is something good. No, all of a sudden it's evil. If you're concerned about somebody's mental health, you won't be out there sharing misinformation. You won't be out there doing this evil. That's why to see this other woman on YouTube recruiting women into saying, well, it's not their responsibility, that's crazy, considering the fact that this black woman lost her life. Yeah, she was messing with a white guy. It is what it is. That's her preference. That's what she chose to do. I don't know why people be getting butthurt. If the black woman want to go out there and do that, that's her damn problem, man. It don't make no sense you brothers out here getting mad, talking about, oh, you know, listen, it's 2025, man. All that swirling, nonsense, rhetoric, talk, complaining. What the hell you complaining? She don't want you. If she chose the white man, she chose the white man. You know what I mean? She don't want you. But let's not shame the victim for dying because she was with a white man. That don't make no sense. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Death is death, regardless who it is. If a black man kill a black woman, wouldn't we want us to stand up? You know what I mean? If a black man killed a 12-year-old girl and violated her, SA'd her, y'all be wanting his head off, man. Y'all ain't gonna sit there and say, well, you know, she chose. And no, you would be pissed. Everybody, all hands on deck. Right? Okay. So why we pick and choose our fights? Is it out of hate, jealousy? Are you jealous of the white woman? Are you jealous of this? What are you jealous of? What are you mad about? The man lost his life. Don't you have a heart? Do you have brothers? Have your brothers ever dated a white woman? My goodness, bro. It's crazy. Do you feel the same way if she's Puerto Rican, Spanish, whatever the case is? Do you get mad? Or he's dating a Puerto Rican woman, you know, I don't like it. He's messing with a Dominicano. I don't like that. You gonna get mad now? You know? This is craziness, man. She need justice. They turn a blind eye to her death and said, we're not investigating because the white guy that she was with seems like a nice guy. So it don't make no sense for us to investigate. It was her fault. They shamed her for her own death and said, oh, we found fentanyl and alcohol. Basically saying she did it to herself. And the white guy got off scot-free. And I can guarantee you, whoever the white guy is that got off, he most likely have a father who's an officer. It is always an officer, a kid that their parents is in law enforcement, and they get them off the case right away. I've seen this happen too many times, man. It's crazy. You see? So I'm trying to balance out the playing field. If BWs want to have this mindset of forget Steven Twitch boss, it's not our responsibility, because we don't like the fact that he was with a white woman, then what you're simultaneously saying is that black men should feel the same way about black women who die at the hands of white men. That's what you're basically asking us to do. If that's what you want black men to do, don't cry when we have a multitude of deaths in 2025 of black women getting, you know, attacked, SA'd, and all sorts of evil by white men. And then you looking at us brothers like, well, why y'all ain't saying nothing about it? You know, I'm going to say, remember the video she made recruiting all of y'all to be that way? That was wrong. And y'all know it's wrong. If you're a black woman, you got to know wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong, man. Come on now. Look at how I went throughout this entire stream. Fair and balanced. I spoke up for the black woman that dead. I don't get no credit. Nobody will ever see those things and give me any credit and say, you know what, I appreciate the fact that you're fair and balanced. You've always been fair and balanced. They don't like to acknowledge the people that are real, man. They don't. This is why I'm saying in these YouTube streets, it's a dangerous place, man. This is why I roll solo, and I always teach on rolling solo. People show me love, I'm going to show them love. That's just the way I move, man. It's just the way to be. Let me see. Somebody said, my condolences. I lost my youngest. So 2 weeks after his 30th birthday in 2023. Wow. So yes, at Ringo TV. So I feel you on every level. And I look at Twitch as being my son, and his mom definitely feel her. Yeah, that's the way. See, being that you have these experiences and these losses, you know what it's like. Some people never lost nothing. So for them, it's like they have no heart and no soul. It's like anytime I see older women, I see them as my mom. It really does something to you. You have a real respect. I mean, I always have respect for women. But I'm saying, when you lose your mom, all older women, you see them as mom. You just have that level of respect. As soon as you see them, hey, how you doing, Miss Such Such? And you just, you know, you're just very respectful and kind. Because it's like, when you're talking to them, it just reminds you of your mom. And you just know to do the right thing at all times. I just don't understand how certain people just have no soul, no heart, and they're just, you know, they just want everybody to be negative. It's 2025. Could we stop being negative? Could we stop it? Again, there's nothing wrong with critiquing people, critiquing BS, teaching, educating. There's nothing wrong with that. But why is it that we as people are so negative towards each other? I mean, whether she's white or black. Listen, if it was a white man, if Allison did this to a white man, I'm still on the damn case. I'm still on the case. I want to know how that man died and end up in a hotel dead. Doesn't matter if he's white. I want to know how it happened and why the wife is treating him like trash now that he's dead. It's not because he's black, man. This is what pisses me off about these stories. It's like, oh, because he's black. That's the only reason why you're doing the videos, because he's black. No, if he was white, I'm still doing them. If he was a white man and he took his life, I'm doing videos too. Because I want to know why he dead and why his wife is moving funny. I want to know. And we're going to get down to the bottom of the case. This was a huge story. Listen, I told y'all from day one, when Steven Twitch Boss died, I never knew he was that popular. I seen him on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I never really watched her show, but you know how it is on TV. That stuff passed by and you kind of see, and you see he was a DJ. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? And you would see him doing some dance routine or whatever. I didn't think nothing of that because I didn't really watch none of them shows. But on the day he died, I had to go do research. And that is when I learned who Steven Twitch Boss was. Because before the story, before I went live, I looked at a few videos to kind of get acquainted with who he is, what he stood for, and what he was about. Then I went live and I broke the news about what happened. And everybody was going crazy. The story was brand new, fresh. It went crazy on the internet. Because this dude was very, very popular. I didn't know he was this popular. But eventually I started to learn about him and what he stood for. I found out that he's very outspoken. I found out that he deals with a lot of political things, injustices that was done to black people. He spoke up for black women. He spoke up for women that had brutality done to them by police officers that died in police custody. He talked about so many different topics. It's crazy. He encouraged people that dealt with mental health issues. He would write daily posts on his Instagram to inspire people to get through their days. He would dance. His dance routine captivated a lot of people. He had a large following on TikTok, millions upon millions of followers. Same as well on Instagram. He was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, very popular again. He was in a film. He was in different things. It's just crazy. This guy was all over the place. So with all of the stuff that I learned, I'm like, this guy was not in no drama. There was no dirt on his name. There was no bochinche out there. Why would he take his own life? He had no reason to. He had no reason to. So one thing led to another throughout the investigation, and the wife stood out. And people said that from day one. They was like, yo, the wife did it. I didn't want to judge right away because as a content creator, it's not really a good practice to just come out and say, oh, the wife did it. It's never a good idea to do that. You have to do an investigation. But the viewers, they was like, Ringo, the wife did it. I was like, wow. Okay. I started digging a little deeper into the wife's history. And man, the red flags, man. I was overwhelmed with red flags concerning her. And I know she know that I'm on to her with what's going on. And I believe she's nervous. And she's going to make more mistakes as she go. You know? I just don't like the fact that the woman on YouTube was trying to recruit black women to disregard the situation. I think that that's wrong. That's wrong. And she said that if it was the other way around, would Twitch defend black women? And she basically said no. But the truth is, Twitch did defend black women. That's what makes it sad, man, because like the man did defend black women and you said that he wouldn't. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, we're going to get up on out of here. I got to get me something to eat. I was testing out cameras all day, man. I had some tech issues. Like I said, I have to set up the computers and stuff for the studio, set up the cameras, kind of angle them a certain way. Because the room is pretty much done. The studio is done, like room-wise. Everything is done. All the wiring, electrical, all that stuff is done. But I have to get the cameras angled a certain way and make sure that everything is working. There's no technical issues or anything like that. I was having major issues and I was able to sort it out. So now I have pretty much all 7 cameras working in the room. Everything is good. So all I got to do now is angle them perfectly and pretty much wrap it up. And yeah, you can look forward to us doing what we got to do. But I got to create an intro. I'm going to create a dope intro, man. Dope. You know I'm going to do. You know it's going to be crazy. I'm going to create a dope intro for the new studio. And it's going to be epic. It's going to be very, very epic. I'm going to do my best production. It's going to be talked about. And yeah, it's going to be very, very nice. I'm really excited about the results and how the shows are going to affect the viewer. But that's what I'm really doing it for, is to give you an experience that when you watch the content, I want it to be visually pleasing. Something that make you want to watch. You know? Best quality on YouTube. When I say, when we go live, I promise you, this is a promise. When I go live, you're going to experience the best production quality on YouTube. There is nobody doing it at that level. I take what I do very serious, and it took me 6 months to build all of this stuff. And the goal is to have a visually pleasing experience of just excellence. Something that just looks good. Since you click on the video, you're like, wow, this is nice. It just makes you want to watch. It looks good on your TV. It looks good on your phone. It looks good in your car. And it's like, man, this is really, really good, man. Yep. So I can't wait for that. Very excited about that. So y'all take care. Y'all have a blessed day. My final words to black women. We need to have a conversation where you all can understand that there's a serious problem between black men and black women where we are just always fighting. We got to really stop this hatred we got for each other, man. This is sick. It is really a sickness. It's not normal. We're the only ones that do this, guys. No other race of people do this. None. You don't see white women doing this. They don't do this to white men. They don't. You don't see Asian women doing this to Asian men. You don't see Jewish women doing this to Jewish men. They don't go online recruiting women to not support black men and, oh, these men and they. Why? Is everybody traumatized and hurt? Because hurt people love to hurt people. And I really feel that if all the women that have issues with black men had a good black man, y'all would not be behaving the way you do. I believe that if every black man had a woman, he wouldn't be online bashing women, hating, mad, bitter. He wouldn't. He'll be too busy with that woman. He'll be too busy with her to be worrying about drama. He won't be dealing with all of that mess. You know what I'm saying? Arguing with women in the comment section and bashing women and saying, oh, calling women out of their names. I mean, I don't got time for all of that mess, man. Life is too short to be bashing and just being hateful and mad all damn day. That's because if a man is doing that, he ain't got no woman. He ain't getting no buns in a minute. He kind of salty right now because, you know, he's going through a dry season. He been whacking off for a minute. Trust me, when a man is with a woman and he blowing her back out, laying pipe, he don't got no time to be bashing women because he's focusing on his money. Then when he's with his woman, he's laying pipe. He ain't worrying about nothing. I don't understand. But it is what it is, man. Well, you said, I don't have Cash App, had my money stolen on it, so I don't use it. Are there any other avenues or ways I can support? PayPal. What is it again? PayPal.me. What is that? I forgot what it is. I totally forgot what it is. Do any of the mods remember my PayPal? I think it's paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. I think that's what it is. Let me see. Yeah. Yep. PayPal.me/ wait, oh, that's PayPal me? Yeah. Yeah, just PayPal.me/Ringo TV Raw. And you'll see it pop up. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna get up on out of here, guys. I'm hungry, man. So salute to the mods in the chat. Sean the Navigator. I see V-Dub man in the building. Salute, bro. What's going on? yeah, that loss does hit different. Maybe you're a little behind on the stream. I believe you're at the section where we were talking about losing a parent and whatnot. Anybody that lose a mom or a dad, that's a devastating situation, guys. If you're a dude, a woman, a black woman, white woman, whatever your situation, man, if your mom and dad is still alive, you need to go see them. You need to go see them. You need to love on them, hug them. You with your pops, like, hey, yo, pop. Hey, you want to hang out this weekend? Have a beer, watch a game. You know, I just want to hang out, talk a little bit. Hang out with your dad, fam. Do it, man. Do it. I'm telling you. Do it now. Go visit your mom. Tell your mom you love her. Whatever issues you may have with your folks, maybe you had disagreements, family beef, end that right now, man, because it'll haunt you. It'll haunt you if you have any unresolved issue. It'll mess you up badly. So get that situated now. Call your mom up, right? Or surprise. Get a gift. Go to your mom's crib. Surprise, surprise. Hey. Oh, how you doing? Wow. Make them smile. Take some videos. I'm telling you. If you got your mom and your dad still with you, you better get to work. Because the day they pass, it's going to really mess you up, man. It's going to do something to you. You're going to wish for just one opportunity just to talk to them again. Serious. It's like how I moved from New York to North Carolina. If my mom was still alive, I would let her move into the house with me. I would literally let her move and stay over here. You know? That would have been something that she would have been proud of. She would have been very proud. She would have been like, wow, my son doing his thing. Because she always wanted her own house, and I always told her I'm going to get her a house. I always told her that. You know? Every son always told their mom they're going to get them a house. Matter of fact, that's probably the goal of every son. The goal of every son is to get their mom a house. You know? That's the goal of every son. Somebody asks, what is my sign? Gemini. Oh, you are two-faced it. Ain't no such thing as two-faced with me. I mean, I'm not into all of that horoscope stuff, but I'm just answering the question. That would be a Gemini. Even though they might have some truths to certain things they say, it is what it is, man. Geminis are creative. Very creative. Yeah, man. So we're going to get up on out of here. I hope y'all learned something from tonight's talk. I'm going to have more content in the morning time. Damn, I have my phone over there just battery wasting. It's crazy. Got to put it on the charger. Yeah, so I'm going to do some more work in the studio and sort these cameras up. Finally got all of that stuff situated, man. I was struggling to get 2 cameras to work. I don't know what the heck was wrong with it, man. I updated the system, put the new operating system on it. Had to change passwords and all sorts of stuff because I had the equipment off for 6 months. So it's like, I was hoping that the damn thing still worked. But I have to get, warm everything up, let it run, make sure that there's no issues because I don't want to go live and everything shut off, But it's very nice, man. I can't wait to go live with the full studio. Because I'm going to still be doing my content like this, you know, like on certain days. But I'm trying to pick like when I'll be using, like I might do a show every day with the full studio. But then I'm going to do most streams with one camera like this, you know. But the full studio setup, man, that's a treat. That's definitely something. And then you have the downstairs studio that we're going to launch too. So pretty much downstairs is already done. The downstairs studio is done already. It's just that I have to sort the camera stuff. I have to get it all situated and fine-tuned, if that makes sense. And I want to create like an intro for the channel. We Gotta Talk TV. I got to create an intro for that channel. So I got to do that as well. All of these things take time. It takes a lot of time. But you'll enjoy it. Right? Yeah, and my birthday is on the 1st of June. The 1st. So the beginning of June. That's probably why I like hot weather, I guess. That's probably what it is. I don't like cold weather. I mean, I don't mind some cold weather, but just cold weather all year, I can't do that. Can't do that. Shout out to all the Geminis. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all stay safe out there, y'all. We're going to do what we got to do. Don't you hate junk, fam? Am I the only one that got junk? Like I got these crates, right? Like these 50, 60 gallon crates, like containers. And like it just have a bunch of junk in it. But the thing is, it's filled with stuff that I need. But I just don't know how to organize it. I just keep it in there. I guess that's the place to keep it. Right? That's where you would keep it? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I know I'm not the only one. I got crates with wires, hangers. I don't know what the heck is in there, man. It's like I throw everything in there and I just don't get it, man. It's crazy. This is wild. Show us, Ringo. Show us.
What you talking about, Willie?
So you can see the junk. Then they make videos about it.
Damn. You saw Ringo's junk. What junk? Junk in his trunk? No, girl. I'm talking about the crates. Yeah, he have all of that junk in his house. I thought everything's supposed to be clean. That's what I thought. Let me find out. I don't know who he think he is. Always online, bashing women. I don't like him. I mean, I do like him, but I don't like him. Me too, girl.
Probably gonna have to make a show with them voices, man. That would be funny. I don't know how I would do that, but we'll figure it out. I remember the other night we was doing a show, fam, and I was doing some voiceovers. Yo, I looked at the replay. I was busting out laughing, man. You know something is good when you busting out laughing at your own jokes. I was like, yo, this is really good. I should clip these and turn them into shorts. I might have to go back and do that, man. For real. You know? So we're going to get on out of here, guys. I got to get something to eat. I'm really hungry, fam. Really, really hungry, man. Yeah. So, hey, we're going to continue our investigation on Twitch. And I got a lot of other content that I got to do. It's a lot of stuff that I got to talk about, man. I'm so behind on schedule, man. So behind. It's a lot of topics. Because I'm still working on this stuff in here. But we're going to get through it. So y'all take care. Peace and blessings, everybody. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Shout out to everybody that supports on the Cash App, everybody that supports on PayPal. Appreciate everybody. Right? Salute to all the truckers, everybody on the road. Shout out to everybody from UPS, FedEx, United States Parcel Service, DHL, Amazon, everybody that do deliveries, Uber Eats. Salute to everybody on the 9-to-5 grind, putting in work, surviving out here in these streets. Stay positive. Avoid negative sources, people, places, and things, and bad habits. Believe in yourself. This is Ringo TV Reactions. Keep the Most High first. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.